Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midweek Monster Mash, episode 11. Elemental... What was it? It's Elemental Eruption. There we go. I knew I had the picture there. Elemental Eruption. The heroes will be battling different elementals tonight, which is going to be a ton of fun. So, looking forward to it. We are going on a 2-week losing streak for the heroes. The monsters have won. So we'll see if tonight the heroes can pull it out. I know the past couple weeks, TikTok has been very Team Monster. So we'll see if that continues on tonight. What's going on, DJ Widget? I see the Let's Go Heroes. We'll see. We'll see. I think we got an alright squad tonight. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me switch over to the Midweek Monster Mash. Alright. Starting off with what monsters we have on Team Monster side. Let me start over there on Twitch. Okay, what monsters do we have on the monster side? So, I was going to do... okay, just making sure. Sorry if you heard that. I was going to do just regular elementals, but I ran into these myrmidons, or myrmidons. I don't know how to say it, but they look pretty cool. So, up first we have, for the monsters, the air elemental myrmidon. He looks pretty cool. And then I kind of put them in order that I thought they were coolest. I was between water and fire here. Then we have the fire elemental. I'm just going to say fire elemental. You can read that word. I don't know how to pronounce it. Jesse, raw, what's going on? Jesse, are you monsters or heroes tonight? We got the fire elemental. Up next, we have the water elemental. And then finally, what I think looks the coolest, we have the earth elemental. And so I had to put that one last. Then, so those are all CR7s. I wanted to bring it up slightly. So up next we have the Lightning Hulk, which looks pretty wicked. And then finally, we have a Frost Salamander. It's got some cool stuff. Pretty excited about the Frost Salamander one for the monsters. And then for the heroes, tonight, we have Bucky. Bucky the Buccaneer. We have Sabbath the Black. We needed some fly speeds tonight, so Sabbath the Black made an appearance tonight. Up next, we have Doodle the Cockatrice Reagent, who I think is going to finally come back with a vengeance tonight and is going to do some good stuff. Then we have one that has caused quite a bit of issues for the monsters, Aang, the Elemental Cultist. It only made sense that he was here tonight as an Elemental. Buffalo Beatbox, welcome back. What's going on? After Aang, we have Caesar the Green Slad. Caesar Slad. And finally, we have Kelvin the Frost Giant. Obviously, a big a favorite of the heroes. So, that is your team for the heroes tonight. And the battlefield we'll be on is this floating island that hosts a series of elemental biodomes all in one floating island, which was the perfect scenario to have all of our different elementals here. So, Buffalo Beatboxes had D&D sessions on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday last weekend. Get out of town. What a Mother's Day weekend. Excellent. All right, so you can see here kind of we have sporadically our monsters and heroes spread out. Let's go ahead and get all of the... I did mess with the dice tonight a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and roll all of our creatures here. I think it's this one. Okay. Yeah, I do like the dice for the night. I don't know what the vibe is. They've, waiting to hear it. Let's go, Big K. Yeah. I knew you guys would want Kelvin in. I knew it. Oh, the one other thing. So, tonight, the adult dragon option is no longer there. They are phoenixes now for the night. As an elemental battle. Figured we'd change it to the elemental type. And then, same for the big bad creatures. Dungeon Alchemist, what's going on? Just got into this. Explaining the explaining the updates for the night. We have the elemental battle tonight between the heroes and the monsters being elementals. And so, yeah, the big bad creatures for tonight, if they get brought in, are, they're the I forget what he's even called. It's like a Xantar or something like that. It's this giant turtle elemental creature and can hold, like, buildings on its back. And then the other one is an Elder Tempest, which is this big serpentine aerial elemental creature. So, super stoked for tonight. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. We officially have all of our initiatives rolled. And up first, a free Fire Genie. It's funny, I almost brought that in, but it was going to be a little bit high of a CR for the heroes. So I kept that one out. But who knows, maybe it gets brought in. Up first, as I mentioned, I was thinking Doodle was going to have a big night. Already starting off rolling the highest initiative. So let's go ahead and get it kicked off. Alex, Cabado, welcome to the live. So Doodle, the Cockatrice Regent, is going to see the air elemental standing in front of it, well, floating in front of it, and is going to fly forward and attack. And so Doodle gets a couple attacks, and it actually gets a cool petrifying bite if it works. Kate, what's going on? So it can make 1 petrifying bite and 2 talons. So I'll give you a visual of what petrifying bite can do. And actually, you'll see it pop up over to the right, but it has the multi-attack. So you should now see it pop up over on the over on your screen. And so we're going to roll for our attack here against the air elemental. That is a 12 plus. That is a 19. Definitely going to hit, but barely. The AC is 18. So with that, we will roll our damage, and then it's going to have to make a save to maybe not be petrified. So let's go ahead and apply the damage. And now it says, if the target is a creature, it is subjected to the following effect. It has to make a con saving throw. And on the first failure, it's restrained. And it repeats it at the end of its next turn if it's still restrained. And if it fails again, it becomes petrified. So let's go ahead and have it make a con save. Let's make the con saving throw here. I think I need to click on Petrifying Bite. There we go. Yeah, we make the save, and we click on the creature, and we do con saving throw. What are our odds? What do we think here? Remember, for those of you on TikTok, every 2,000 likes gives an advantage roll for the heroes. Every 10,000 brings in a new monster. Who are the monsters this week? Missed it on Monday. No, not a problem. The monsters this week are elementals. And so far, Doodle the Cockatrice is coming in hot. User, what's going on? If you're the same user I talked to before, welcome back. So it fails, which means it is now restrained. So let's go ahead and assign the status. HIPQR. Restrained. Okay. And the next turn, it'll have to make another save. So now Doodle gets 2 more attacks against a restrained creature, and a restrained creature it has advantage against. So let's go ahead. Zaratan, thank you, DJ Widget. I could never remember the name of that thing. Yeah, it's flipping sweet, though. This just giant earth turtle on the ground, just wreaking havoc. All right, so it gets 2 talon attacks now. 16 plus. I told you, Doodle is coming back. Doodle has been in 2 of these monster mashes, and both times has been... So it's going to come in and do wicked tonight. You heard it here first. It does hit with 1, and so good amount of damage. Now, the air elemental is resistant to slashing damage, non-magical, so it takes half damage, takes the 11. But that's a good start for Doodle. Good start. Up next, we have Caesar Slad. The hero's kicking it off strong tonight. So Caesar Slad, he can cast some spells, and he may start off. What do you guys think about starting off with a fireball right off the rip? I'm thinking we do it. Cast spell. Oh, is there any way to hit both of these? There is not a way to hit both without hitting himself. So instead of fireball, although he could cast it over here. Hold on. Let's try one more time. Place measure template. Oh, you know what? He has a way. Let me see. Yes. He has a way of just barely. Okay, he's going to do this. He has a way of just barely hitting both the Lightning Hawk and the Air Elemental without hitting Doodle. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We need dex saving throws from these two. And if it's restrained, I imagine it automatically fails dex saving throws. Is that correct? Restrained says disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll our dex saves. Oh, that was supposed to be with disadvantage, but it fails, so there's that. And then normal roll for the Lightning Hawk. Nat 1. Okay, it is looking rough for the monsters already. The monsters do not want it. Tonight, they say nay. So let's go ahead and roll our damage. They will both be taking full damage. I love these dice, by the way. This color combo is sweet. So we go with selected. They're both taking full damage. Woo! Okay. And Slad is now going to... Let me delete that. Slad is probably now going to run over towards the Earth Elemental. Because he's wild like that. He just wants to get all up in the fray. So he's going to go here. And that is the end of Caesar Slad's turn. Up next, we have the Frost Salamander. Now, the Frost Salamander, he's going to use his... he has a couple things. One of them being Freezing Breath. So I think he's going to use that. I think he's going to use it. And he's going to go right for Aang and Caesar Slad here. All right. And it will hit both. I'll zoom out so you can see that. So they're both going to need to make a con save. Let me just select both of them. DC 17 con saves for them. We have an 11. And, well, plus 6. That's a big con save. And an 18. They both save. Guys, the heroes are coming in fat tonight already. Already coming in for it. So they're both going to take damage. And they're both going to take half. However, Aang is going to use his reaction. And Caesar Slad's already resistant, I guess, to cold damage. All right, Aang, if we look here, he's got a reaction. Elemental Absorption. The cultist takes acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Response, the cultist gives itself resistance. And then gains 10 hit points. 10 temp HP. DJ Widget says, that's what I like to see. So, yeah. He's going to be resistant, so he's going to take half. And then he's going to take half of that. Filthy Fitz, welcome to the live. Oh, I missed it. He left already. Sorry about that. I turned my head for 1 second. All right, so Aang will be taking a quarter, and Caesar Slad will be taking a half, and then a half. So they both only take 8 damage. And then Aang gets plus 10 temporary hit points. So that was actually a gross gain for Aang. All right. Filthy Filth, welcome back. Sorry about that. I missed you as I turned my head. What's going on? Howdy, howdy. All right. So somehow both of these only took 8 damage from that cold breath. Wild. But that'll be the Frost Salamander. So for those of you just joining it, sorry heroes, says Jesse. We are in the Midweek Monster Mash, which is a battle between monsters and heroes. Every monster has a little red dot in the upper left. Every hero has a little blue one. And essentially, I'm just facilitating this, but you, the viewers, can change the tides of battle. Every 2,000 likes on TikTok is an advantage roll for the heroes. Every 10,000 brings in a new monster. At 2,000, can we get a trio of magma mephits? Honestly, that'd be kind of fun. I'm down. Breton, what's going on? So the Frost Salamander. DJ Widget says, no, Jesse, don't do something bad. You know what? I took that as I assume Jesse was like saying that the monsters are going to turn it around here. But I do know Jesse has been known to change the tides a bit. All right. Up next is the Lightning Hawk. Now, the Lightning Hawk, can it fly? I put it here, not checking if it can fly. Yeah, that's right. It can only fly. Okay. The Lightning Hawk can enter a hostile creature's space and stop there. I'm waiting for a sticker to pop up, says Widget. So, that creature takes 2d6 lightning damage. The Hawk can also move through a space as narrow as 1 inch. Yeah, so the Lightning Hawk is going to move. It can fly 90 feet. So it is going to fly through Doodle to the other side, causing Doodle to... I will put it up. Why does it have 2 different ones, though? Let me just see what it says here. A creature that touches the Lightning Hawk or hits it with a melee attack. Okay, got it. Okay, so both of them are the same. So we're going to roll that. That is lightning damage to Doodle. Okay, and now we are at 2,000. So we do have an advantage roll. I saw the request for some magma methods. Thinking about it now, let's get it to 5,000 for the magma methods. Especially because it's 3 monsters. I know that they're low value monsters here, but let's get to 5,000 for the magma methods. But I guarantee they'll come in at that. I didn't take a second to think about it, but 5,000, you've got it. 3 magma methods, because that's fun. So now it's got arc lightning. We're gonna go ahead and use that. Okay, so Kronos is late again. Welcome to the live. Oh, I think you've been here before. If you have, welcome back. I think I remember seeing that name. If the target is a creature, okay, hold on. Ranged weapon attack, +9 to hit, reach 10 feet or range 60, 1 target. If it hits, it does 48 lightning. 5k is easy. I love it. If the target is a creature, it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn, and lightning jumps from the target to another creature of the Lightning Hawk's choice that it can see within 30 feet of the target. The second creature must succeed on the saving throw. Okay, so it is going to send this lightning over to Aang. Oh, actually, Doodle does get a magical backlash. Let me do that before I move on to the next creature. So because the Lightning Hawk attacked Doodle, the cockatrice here, which for those of you just joining in, by the way, the red in the top left means it's a monster. The blue means it's a hero. A creature within 120 feet that attacks the cockatrice must make a DC 14 Dex saving throw or take 3d6 plus 3 force damage. So let's go ahead and make a saving throw. DC 14 Dex save. Oh, it definitely succeeds, so it does not take the thing. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and use the Arc Lightning. So we're going to attack Aang with the Arc Lightning. So normal attack here. 11 plus. That is... Oh, I forgot to target Aang. I just selected Aang. So the target... hold on. Okay, 20... Why did it roll twice? Oh, the dexterity saving throw was 23. Okay. Arc was 20. All right, we're good. We're back on track here. So 20 does hit the elemental's AC of 18. No, of 16. So now we need to do the damage. Kyle Ramsel coming in with a wild magic surge. All right. So we apply the 14 damage. Which 4 of that is the only thing. So, before we move on to the next part, actually, no, let me finish the attack real quick, and then we go on to the next part. Dungeon Alchemist is back. What's going on? So, it sends lightning flying through the air, striking Aang. And as it does so, the Lightning Hawk is able to bounce it off of Aang over to Caesar Slad, who now needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And it's a DC 18. I don't know if Slad's going to be able to make that one. Let us find out. That's an 8 plus. It does not succeed. So we do the damage to Caesar Slad as well. Roll the damage. So Caesar Slad is a green Slad. And he takes, selected, 11 because he is resistant to lightning. All right. Now, because of that, we are at Kyle's Wild Magic Surge, which I believe I need to hit number 0 here. All right. Wild Magic Surge. Let's see what we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So, the ground liquefies in a 30-foot radius around you, turning into quicksand for 1 minute. We had this one last week. Very fun. All right. So, let me get rid of the wheel here. The Hulk is here. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's like a magma? What? All right, what are we going to do with this one? Bardic Calamity, welcome to the live. We just had quicksand from a Wild Magic Surge come in here. And we put it here. Did I say 60 foot or 30 foot? Wild Magic Surge. Jesse Lee with another one. It was 30 foot. 30 foot radius. All right, I need to delete this and delete this. 30 foot radius. Gabriel Perez, welcome back. I remember seeing that name. Okay, so we basically have like floating quicksand here. And I know I can edit this. Hold on. Oh, Jesse with another Wild Magic Surge. What is happening? All right, hold on. Another Wild Magic Surge. Here we go. What do we got here? What do we got? Oh, it's the same thing. We got to spin again. We're not doing that again. We're not doing it twice. Or a third time. Oh, a duplicate of yourself appears. It has all your abilities, but its alignment is the opposite of yours. Okay, so because of that, we bring in another Lightning Hulk, but this one is Team Good Guys. Music is still quiet? Is it? Hold on, let me play it again. Why is that the case? You're right, it is quiet. What? It's supposed to be loud. I fixed all these. No! Kate says good on her end, but like, yeah, it's supposed to be much louder. Hold on, I'm going to play another sound just to see. Why? That's supposed to be really loud. Why is it not? All right, hold on. I'm going to just make it loud and then turn this down. So then let me just turn this down. I don't know why that got that way. There you go. All right, how's that? Now if I play it, it should be loud, which I'll have to play it one more time here in a second. All right, so we need to make another Lightning Hulk. So we'll do that. Eker's Asylum, welcome. I hope I said that right. I hit paste. Did he come in anywhere? Let's just bring in another one here. So I need to go to the monsters. We bring in another one of these Hulks here. Wait, did I? Oh, that's right. It took cold damage. Yeah. That's right. It take 22 or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we need to bring in another one of these Hulks. JK, Lightning Hulk. All right, but now this Lightning Hulk is on Team Good Guys. Who did this one? Jesse, what would you like to name this Lightning Hulk that you've brought in? And I need to make it Team Good Guys. Oh, that's fun. And then we still need to do one more. You know what that means? There you go. Woo! No, how did we roll that again? We're not doing it again. You summon a great storm. A massive thundercloud forms overhead, sending down continuous lightning strikes for 30 seconds. All right, for the next 6 rounds, we will have lightning strikes. Let me get back to the music. All right. Let me go ahead and change his name to Burp. Background music was quiet. Drop. Oh, yeah. I want the drop music to be loud. That way, if something crazy happens, it's exuberant. But, if the background music's too quiet, we can turn that back up. But yeah, I want the new music to be way loud. But I can even turn this down some. I'll turn that down to there. Okay. So, now, we dealt everything for the Lightning Hulk's turn. I did want to change the color of this to more quicksand vibes. So let me just change this to something like that. Update. Okay, there's quicksand. So anything that's in that is quicksand. Okay. Which means that we'll do what they had to do last time. Although it's probably not going to matter is the funny part because they're all flying. All right. So the Lightning Hulk actually rolled. Yeah, I rolled a 7 plus 4 puts it at right after this Lightning Hulk. Didn't I? I rolled a 7, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I rolled a 12. So it is in. And it goes next. So, Elio Hernandez! Elio Hernandez! Coming in! Oh, no, wait. It's a magic item. Hold on. I did the wrong one. No, I clicked the wrong one again. This one! Bringing in the epic magic item! The very rare... I hit so many wrong songs. Sorry about that. We're spinning. What are we bringing in? We're going to pick one of three. We have a ring of shooting stars. The items... Oh, it did, for sure. +3 Wand of the War Mage. That could be interesting. We have 2 spellcasters, don't we? Or oh, I didn't bring in the Necromancer. That would have been wild for that one. All right. Need that stream deck? No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Or the Dancing Rapier. What does that do? Ooh, all right. I'm between the Ring of Shooting Stars and the Dancing Rapier. Let's see what they do here. So, I will read out loud what they do. I'll need to bring it in real quick. Let me open the importer. So we will search for the Dancing Rapier, and we will select it. And I'm pretty sure I already have the Ring of Shooting Stars. So import, close, exit out. Okay, so I will show this to the screen here, I think. I thought I could. Maybe not. All right, so it says, you can take a bonus action to toss this magic weapon into the air. When you do so, the weapon begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of itself. The weapon uses your attack roll and adds your ability modifier. When the weapon hovers, you can take a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet. As part of the same bonus action, you can cause the weapon to attack. After the hovering weapon attacks a 4th time, it flies back to you and tries to return to your hand. If you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's worth... All right, let me see what the Ring of Shooting Stars does. The Ring of Shooting Stars, you can cast Dancing Light or Light from the ring. It has 6 charges and regains 1d6. So you could cast, with 1 charge, Fairy Fire. You can do Lightning Spheres. You can expend 2 charges as a magic action to create up to 4 3-foot diameter spheres of lightning. Each sphere appears... as a bonus action, you can move each sphere. The first time the sphere comes within 5 feet of a creature other than you that isn't behind total cover, it discharges lightning that the creature and disappears. That creature makes a dex save. Takes lightning damage based on the number of spheres you created. Ooh. Or you can expend 1 to 3 charges as magic action. All right. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Elio? Do you want the Ring of Shooting Stars? I wish I could pop this out, and I can't. Hambu, welcome to the live. Do you want the Ring of Shooting Stars, or do you want the Rapier of the Dancing Rapier? Totally your choice. Rapier sounds cool. All right, we're bringing it in. All right, so let me bring in. And I'm thinking we give it to Bucky, right? Mr. Rapier himself. I think we give it to him. Dancing Rapier. Whoop. Yes, use the importer. Perfect. Rapier is so awesome. I've given it out before. Excellent. Well, we're about to have some fun with it. Shout out Elio. And I'll have to find a way to get a Rapier thing in here. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll figure that out when it gets here. Oh, you know what? I could probably... It was a +3 version of it? No way. That's insanity. All right. Animated sword. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Let me go to monsters. Animated flying sword. There you go. So that'll be that. It doesn't actually have a health bar though, so we'll just have to remember that when we get up there. Elio, I appreciate you. Thanks for all the fun. All right. So we are now, I think, caught up on everything, and we need to do Bert's turn. All right. So he's going to do the same thing, but he's going to go through. The first thing he's going to do is attack this Myrmidon. This air elemental Myrmidon. Oh, sorry, I need to focus in on him. Goodbye, Elio, says Jesse. I agree. That was a fun one. Okay, so it's going to go fly through the air elemental Myrmidon. And so when it does so, we're going to use the lightning form, 2d6 lightning damage. Roll. Yep, so we need to do it to the selected and deal 4 damage. I think it's resistant to it. When does the lightning cloud take its turn on initiative 20? Yes, at the very top of the round it'll go. Yup. And then essentially, I know how we did it last time, where we we'll probably do the same thing. Although, I'll probably just I'll probably close my eyes and just pick a spot. You know what I mean? Or maybe, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll a dice. And wherever the dice lands, it'll be a 30-foot radius from there. And everyone there needs to make a dex save. How should I start my chaos, says Sickness. That's not good. Well, the heroes are currently looking really good. So, if you don't do anything, then the heroes will stand a chance. So, it is going to... I like the dice idea. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it works. So, Arc Lightning, we're going to use now. We're going to do our attack against... this is going to be against the baddies. So, what's the range on this thing? 60 feet? Ugh. All right. We're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Oh, he just can't reach. He's going to keep going through. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to go here, which is going to give the air elemental an attack, a free attack. So we're going to target him. And he gets to do a flail attack. Oh, it's a 2. The monsters don't want it tonight. They don't want it. All right, so now he's going to attack the earth elemental over here. So he gets to roll an attack. No, that's with the flail. I need the arc lightning. A nat 1? Oh, maybe the heroes don't want it. Maybe the heroes don't want it. Okay. So, that's the end of its turn because it has to hit to do the second thing. So, yeah, that's it from there. So, that's Brrr's turn. Up next, we have the Fire Elemental Myrmidon. So, the Fire Elemental, as it pulls out of the lava, fire swirling around the molten, armor-coated, melted rock, it climbs up onto the rock, coming near Sabbath the Black, and it is going to attack. So, it's going to do multi-attack with its scimitar, and it gets to do that 3 times, and it's going to do fiery strikes. So, we'll do fiery strikes, use ability. But we don't do that yet. Let's do the multi-attack. So we do the scimitar. Normal. Normal. And normal. Let's see what we rolled here. We rolled a 10, a 24, and an 11. So only one of them hits. And using the fiery strikes, the one that hits deals an extra 2d6 fire damage. So let's go ahead and roll our damage for the multi-attack. And then we do the extra 2d6 from the fiery strikes. Roll. Alright, Sabbath the Black takes 6 damage from the attack. And then an extra... Oh, is it immune to fire? Sabbath the Black is immune to fire, turns out. So, wasted fiery strikes. But, let me apply this 6 real quick. Apply the 0. Sickness coming in! Nope. Sickness, I have not picked the right song yet the first time. I thought this one brings in a CR10. Aren't they both? That's my fault. That's my fault. Okay. Let's try this again. But here's the thing, though, Sickness. You... all right. I'm going to, because we don't waste money around here, I'm going to let you choose to do one of two things. You can either switch it to the CR10, or you can send in a chat when you want that fireball to go off. Because if you were to send it right now, the things around it are either on its team or immune. So it would not be a good time to do the fireball centered on it. So you tell me what you want to do. I am not going to waste your money on that. All right. Well, that's the Myrmidon's turn because it can't do anything else, and it wasted its fiery strikes. So now Bucky's up. CR10, he says. All right. Now we're back to it. Now we are back to it. Bringing in a CR10. A Guardian Naga. The one that caused all the mayhem in Serpentine Showdown. Coming in to the Elemental Chaos. Woo! Guardian Naga. Bringing it in. It is in. Oh, no, wait. It was the Spirit Naga that caused all the mayhem. The Guardian Naga, CR10. What would you like to name it, Sickness? We're going to bring him in over here. Because he's into all the nature-y stuff. So he would come in on the earth side of things here. All right. Your choice. Whatever you want to name the Serpentine Naga here. But I do need to add him to the battle. Whoop. Normal. Okay. He is in, and he's going to get to go. Look at that. Bucky's up, so the first thing he does is he uses his bonus action to throw what is essentially his spiritual weapon into the air. And that spiritual weapon is going to fly over towards the Elemental Myrmidon. And it'll get down to the low level here. And it is going to make its attack. So, first things first, I need to equip this thing, I think. Where's inventory? Dancing Rapier. Okay. So it's +7, it should be. 9 + 7. 16 misses? No way, dude! What? Wow, the water elemental... Oh, sorry. The water elemental has an AC of 18. Yikes. Alright, so... The sword does miss. But Bucky still gets his turn. Bucky still gets his turn. So, he is going to... Oh, gee, Snipe, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Bucky is going to dive into the water. Aye! The sword may have missed, but I will not. And he dives sploosh, down into the water. You know, he's a natural in the water. Okay, guys, back to work. We'll try and jump in shortly. Fireball, what about the song by Pitbull with no lyrics? What do you mean? So, you're saying, you tell me what you mean. Oh, you want to name it Fireball. Hold on. We are naming the Guardian Naga Fireball. Is that what you're telling me? Love that. Oh, he's saying no. Well, so I will say, when you cast Fireball... Fireball... Woo-hoo, it does happen. I just always hit the wrong song because I thought you were doing the CR10 one. I looked at the wrong icon on my paper. But, no, with the CR10 one, we do the Welcome to the Jungle one because you're bringing another creature in. Got it. Well, we're still naming this Naga Fireball because now I liked the name. That's what you meant when you sent that icon in. You were like, I want a CR10, but I want his name to be Fireball. So, his name's Fireball now. Alright, Bucky's in the water. And I'm not giving him any disadvantages or anything because he's a pirate. He's used to this. All right, so he's going to do 3 attacks. 14 plus, definitely hitting. And another one, and oh, look at that, 18 plus. Ladies and gentlemen, the heroes won it. Can I pay for a fire but drop it? You know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. If you do the fireball one, you can just choose who you want it to go on. Because I like the magic item one. And the magic items are fun. But fireball's also fun. So he does hit with 2 of them. Okay, and also I misread my fireball. In my head, fireball was centered on the PC of choice. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, we're doing what you wanted, Sickness. We're doing what you wanted. Hold on. Hold on. I misread my own thing. All right. 1 through 6. Sabbath the Black is 1, and we're going around in a circle to Kelvin being 2, Bucky 3, Caesar 4, Aang is 5, and Doodle is 6. We're rolling a d6, and
Fireball.
all right, let's do it. I misread my own thing. What an idiot. We're getting rid of the monster. We're doing the fireball. It's getting cast on number 5, which is Aang, the elemental cultist, which could be very beneficial now. That's a way better thing than earlier. Sorry about that, Sickness. My fault. In my head, it gets cast on the person you're on. And it's because the last time it happened, it was part of the Wild Magic Surge, which is cast on the person that it's on. I'm forgetting my own rules. Ugh. Okay, so it's getting cast on Aang. 30-foot radius. All right, we're doing fireball. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Woo-woo! All right, so let me go to fireball. Where is it? Where is it? We need spells. There we go. Fireball. Woo-woo! Can I not just cast it from here? Nope. I cannot. Who has fireball that I can cast it on? I need a way to just use it. Oh, you know what? Caesar Slad has fireball. We'll just use it from him. Let me give it back. Cast fireball. There we go. Okay, centered on Aang. We got it, everyone. We are here. Goodness gracious. All right, they both need to make DC 15 dex saving throws. And let's do it again for fun. All right, so Aang succeeds. Caesar Slad fails. Holy cow, that was a big fireball. DJ Widget says, may or may not have fireball open on a different tab with the volume a little lower than you. Johnny, I see you over in Twitch. Feel free to head over to my Discord. All right, so we need to pick selected here. And so Aang has already used his reaction. So he is resistant to cold damage right now, not fire. So they both take the damage. That was a very good hit, Sickness. Okay, we are all caught up. Man, what was I thinking? My game is off tonight. I haven't hit the right song yet. I forgot what Fireball does. All right, I need to do 2 damages from Bucky, who has hit twice against the Water Elemental. I will get it right next time, guaranteed. You heard it here first. All right, ignore that roll, though. I just needed it for damage. Okay, damage and damage. So we have, oh, he's resistant to the damage, though. Ooh, he's resistant to slashing. Okay, that is Bucky's turn. Up next, we have the Water Elemental, who will get his revenge. Kekimaru. Ooh, I think you've been here before. I believe I've seen that name. Welcome back if you have. So, he's going to target Bucky, obviously. And he's going to use his Freezing Strikes. The Myrmidon uses multi-attack. Each attack that hits deals an extra 1d cold 10 damage. A target that is hit by one or more of these attacks has its speed reduced by 10 feet. Which that part's probably irrelevant. But, let's go ahead and we're going to use the ability. Alright, so now we get 3 Trident attacks. Attack with 1d10 force. What is... if used with 2 hands. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're using 2 hands. We're doing melee attack. Alright, so 1d8 force. Here we go. 1. Oh, that's a good hit. 2. How many does he get? 2 or 3? Gets 3. Oh, that's another big hit. 2 19s? There's no way this is a nat 20, right? It's a 16. Owie. Bucky. Ouch. Alright, so Bucky's taking the normal damage. And then he takes an additional 1d10 cold damage. Because of the... what's it called? Freezing Strikes. So, each attack that hits, yeah, deals an extra 1d10 cold. Oof! Alright, so let me scroll down for you here. I know you guys are behind here. Alright, so, I will read the amounts of damage in order to Bucky. He took 7, 8, 12, 10, 6, and 3. Bucky got walloped by this thing. JR Puffin Snuff, welcome to the live. Junior Puffin Snuff. It's got to be Junior. Not JR, right? Wow, Bucky got wrecked. Bucky the Buccaneer. As this elemental swings with this watery trident. Evan, what's going on? Welcome to the live. We're going to switch over now to the air elemental, who is now going to fight back against Doodle the Cockatrice Regent. Well, there was an HR Puffin Snuff. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It is going to use its multi-attack, making 3 flail attacks, and it gets to do additional lightning damage. So let's go ahead and target Doodle here. Doodle the Cockatrice Regent. And it is going to attack 3 times with its flail. For the first one is a 7+. That's only a 14. It does not hit. 5+ also does not hit. Hey, I appreciate the hand hearts. Welcome, welcome. It does hit with a 20 finally. So we're going to go ahead and do the damage, and then it will use its lightning strikes to do a bit more damage. So there's 6. So with the lightning, appreciate the likes. Kronos is late again. Welcome back. So we need to do a save from the Cockatrice Regent. So it needs to make a con save. And I don't think its constitution is too high. At the 12+, though, it does succeed. Okay. On a hit, the target takes an extra 18. And must succeed on a DC 13 con save. Alright, so I do need to do the damage also. So let me hit the lightning strike damage. Roll. It also takes this lightning damage. Owie, a 7 and an 8. Alright. Cockatrice takes the hit. But that is the end of the air elemental's turn. It is now Sabbath the Black's turn, who is going to turn towards this fire elemental that's just attacked it a few times. And it's going to use... it's going to use its scimitar. Because on a multi-attack, the Black Abishai makes 1 bite and 2 scimitars. Alright, we'll start with the bite attack. 6+ is not going to hit. Not going to hit as this thing lurches into the elemental, trying to bite what flames and magma arise from the ground. It's unable to make purchase and really dig in. So it winds up with its scimitar, and it's going to slash twice at the lava. We get a normal attack. It's a 9+. Does that hit? It's a 15 and a 17. Oh! Sabbath the Black misses 3 times. And with that, it is going to, in fear of this thing that it can't hit, Jawar Abida? Welcome to the live. I apologize if I said your name wrong. I always try and correct myself if I'm incorrect. It's going to fly up into the air. We'll say 20 feet. And kind of going this way. But as it does so, it does get a attack of opportunity here with its scimitar. And it will miss. Okay, Sabbath the Black is further in the air. Away from the elemental. Okay, up next is Aang, who is currently resistant to cold. 5K! We are at 5,000 likes! Alright, we are bringing in 3 MMMep11s, baby. And they can fly. Where are they at? We want monsters. And we want the MMMep11s. Oh, yeah, bringing them in. Bringing them in. 1, 2, and 3. Alright. So, we do need to add all of them in. Add you in, add you in, add you in. And give you some color here so we remember who's who. Color and color. Red. Okay. So, this one will start off, we'll say, in this direction. This one will start off over here. And this one will start up here. Okay. They are in. And I need to roll them into the battle. And, okay. We're good. So, with Aang is now going to turn his attention to probably that Frost Salamander. And it's going to use, so as the Frost Salamander has cast this cold damage, freezing Aang in Caesar Slad, Aang will know not to use cold damage where he usually starts. So he's going to go with fire damage with his Elemental Claw attacks. So Elemental Claw, normal. That will definitely hit. And he's going to use a few more. 2 and 3. Alright, so he only hits with 1. Terrible rolls. But we do fire damage here. And I think... So, it is vulnerable to fire, which means it will take twice as much damage. So, we'll just change it to plus 4d10. So, it'll just double the dice. Alright, normal. Okay. I should have just did a critical hit. So, 45 fire damage, which it takes... Oh, duh, I forgot. After I roll the damage, I just double it. So, it takes the 45 damage. But, however, it has Burning Fury. When the Salamander takes fire damage, its freezing breath automatically recharges. So, we recharge that. And I have to click it till it recharges. There we go. Okay, so... Aang does hit once. He does 45 damage to the Salamander. The Salamander takes the damage, but it regains its cold breath. That is the end of Aang's turn. How are the monsters faring? The monsters are not looking great. Alex did come in with a nice fireball doing some damage to the big hitters. But otherwise, the monsters are not faring great. So, that is the end of Aang's turn. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong side. So Aang strikes the Frost Salamander, dealing 45 damage. Fire damage. The Earth Elemental is up. And obviously, Hallister, Black Cloak, welcome to the live. Ooh, you probably like this guy's name. Sabbath the Black. That is a black Abishai. Alright, so the Earth Elemental is going to strike at Caesar Slad. Caesar the Green Slad. And it gets to do mauls. But it gets to use its Thunder Strike as well. So I will first do the maul attacks. It gets to do 2 of them. Let's fire them off. First attack is a 16 plus. Definitely going to hit. Hey, I appreciate the likes. Thank you so much. Every 2,000 likes gives an advantage roll for the heroes. Every 10,000 brings in a new monster. Okay, so it does only hit with 1 of them. But we're going to now use Thunderous Strike. Hey, we got a new follower. Ashenro. Welcome to the community. Thanks for the follow over on YouTube. I love seeing that thing pop up. It doesn't happen often enough. Wink, wink. So, the way that this thing works, it says, on a hit, the target takes an extra 4d10 thunder damage, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Alright, so first thing we do is we add the extra damage, which we're definitely going to do. And we also need to do the regular attack damage. All right, so Caesar Slad is resistant to the thunder damage, which is crazy. This thing's resistant to a lot, but it does take the full bludgeoning here. And then it has to make a saving throw. So let me click on him here, and I need to do the Thunder Strike save, usability. Okay, so he needs to make the strength saving throw, normal. Oh, he's going to fail and be knocked prone. Caesar Slad hits the ground as this Earth Elemental swings down with his maul, striking Caesar Slad in the chest, knocking him prone. Melee attacks against it will now have advantage. All right, up next, we have Kelvin the Frost Giant. Kelvin is going to stay right where he's at. Now, the water here is about 10 feet deep. Kelvin the Frost Giant, standing about 18 feet tall. Half of him out of the water, half of him in. Kind of trudges through the water. He's actually not going to stay back. He's going to move forward. This poor water elemental. And he is going to use his Frost Axe. He gets 2 of these. Oh, actually, he's going to use his War Cry first. So let me use this first, which gives him 2d10 plus 5 temporary hit points, and gives him advantage on attack rolls. So he gains 12 temporary hit points. And then he's supposed to have advantage here, so we'll give him another roll. And then he has another one with advantage. He does not hit with the first one. All right, but he does hit with the second one. There you go. There you go. So let's go ahead and deal the damage here. So many dice. So many dice for Kelvin. The water elemental is resistant, but still takes, I believe that was 16 damage. And that is going to be the end of Kelvin's turn. Now, at the top of the round, we will zoom out as our thunderous cloud that now looms over the elemental island here, floating up in the air, begins to charge up and strike down with lightning in the area. So we're going to roll a dice, and wherever that dice lands is where we will do a 30-foot radius, and then everything there will need to do a dex save or take 4d10 lightning damage. All right, here we go. Let's roll a dice. We're going to roll a d20. All right. So, we put the, we're going to put this right here. Let me see if oh, where was it? It was somewhere down here. So, it looks like the only thing it's hitting is the elemental Myrmidon. So, the elemental, the earth elemental here. Hill, welcome to the live. Welcome back. What's going on? I believe you were here Monday, right? I mean, I know you're over there, but I'm trying to remember. I'm saying welcome back because I feel like you were also here Monday all the time. All right, so he's taken 4d10 lightning damage. 4d10. How are your, I can never remember because we had like 4 of you join at the same time. Are you Havoc over in the Discord? Right? And if so, you had some solid pulls. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you had the big like 1200 pull today, right? If I remember correctly. I know I said something about it somewhere, but I don't remember where I said it. Because Jesse pulled some fire cards right after you too. Oh no, that was King Regicide that had the 1200, and that was yesterday. Got it. I need to put roll 4d10. Wow, 32 lightning damage. Ooh, is he resistant or anything? He is not, so he's going to take the full 32. All right. That is our lightning strike for the round. That will happen over the next 5 rounds as well. So, up next, we have Doodle the Cockatrice Regent. All right. So, as someone who's not standing here, oh, you know what? The fire elemental needed to move off the quicksand. and it's moving at half speed. He would have need to move on his turn. So he's going to move back towards the lava here. Speaking of pulls, I'm tied with you on items needed. Get out of town. I need to start trying to trade people, but I don't have gold to trade anyone. So did you end up doing the giveaway? Not sure if I missed it or not. So, not yet. We are, so Nimbian, who may or may not be here, I'm not sure if he's in the thing. He is working on finishing up the bot. I have the videos ready and set to release. We've worked on the image of the card itself. So, and actually I can show that off for anybody that's hanging out here. If you are not over in the Discord, we have a system over there, a trading card system. It's all digital and it's all free. But it's called Satchamon. It's all based entirely on the world of Dungeons and Dragons. And so we're going to be doing a giveaway. Dungeon Alchemist has given me 2 Dungeon Alchemists to give away for free. So one of them is going to be a follow me, follow Dungeon Alchemist, and then go over into the Discord and make a choice. You can either gain 10 free entries into the giveaway, or you can roll a d20 and you'll get that many entries into the giveaway. So it's up to you if you want to take the chance of possibly getting more or less, or get a guaranteed 10. The other way that you can win is in this Satchamon system we do. I'm derailing here a little. Oh, sorry, I got all my files here. I'm on the wrong one. So here, you can see that we pull cards every day, and there will be a new card, which is the Dungeon Alchemist card, which you can see in the middle of your screen now, hopefully. And this Dungeon Alchemist card has a chance of being added to your free pack that you can open every day. And if you pull this card, you immediately win Dungeon Alchemist for free. It is yours, the first person to do so. So once the bot is ready and tested and we're good to go, which Brian says, yeah, I'm still here, hoping to get a chance to work on it Friday. So if it happens to be ready Friday, then we'll be ready. I'll release the videos and the announcement, and it may begin. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Do we have to roll items for it? Nope. Every pack has an equal chance of pulling it's a 4th card. It is not a card like pack or anything. So, nope. Every pack has the same odds of having a 4th card in it, which would be this card. So you can pull whatever pack you want. So, hopefully, maybe somehow, some way, Brian, T-minus 2 days-ish. And if not, in due time. But then we will do the giveaway drawing on the 28th. Wednesday the 28th. Doodle's turn. Doodle is going to... Did he roll? No. He did not roll. So, he gets to do a... Oh! The air elemental needed to make a save at the beginning of... Oh, it needed to do a save for the petrifying bite at the end of, or at the beginning of its turn. Ashenro pulling a nice Amnesu there. Yeah, it needs to make a con save. It fails. It fails, and with that, the Myrmidon becomes petrified, turning into stone, and begins falling out of the sky down to the ground 1,000 feet below. Yikes. This thing really shouldn't have been floating. Unless, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. That would have been super cool if it was not immune to being petrified. Man, that would have been sweet. I guess you can't petrify a puff of air. Alright, well, it's still restrained. Still restrained. So, the cockatrice is going to use its petrifying bite against, I guess, this. Although it probably also cannot be petrified. But it could be restrained. Probably, maybe. Can it be restrained? No, it can't even be restrained. So it would only do it for damage. So no, it's going to attack the Myrmidon with Petrifying Bite. Let's go ahead and attack. Sorry, I derailed myself there. Alright. It misses the first attack, Now it gets 2 Talon attacks. And 18 plus is definitely going to hit, but this is with advantage. So the 18 does hit, and with advantage here. Oh, I forgot to close the channel. Oh, look at that. Somebody sliding in. Who was that? That's really funny, actually. That was... Oh, Ashenro. Oh, you're fine. You weren't already part of one. You got in just in time. So, I don't even know if you're in the YouTube channel right now. You might have just saw my message. So now I do need to make this private. Save changes. There we go. Okay. So, it hits with both. We're going to deal damage twice. Okay, welcome back. So 14 and 14, but it's resistant to the damage. So it takes 7 and 7. And it could do the flyby if it wanted to. I think it's going to. I think the cockatrice is going to fly this way. Away from all of those enemies. So he sails that way, and we're going to put him 15 feet above island level here. Okay, that is Doodle's turn. Caesar Slad is up. Caesar Slad is going to attack. Although he may want to use... No, he's still not going to use Fireball. Nope, he's still going to do... Oh, he gets to regenerate at the beginning of his turn. Oh, no. No! How much did I subtract there? Did anybody see? I always forget to hit the plus, so it just changes it to 10. I feel like... He didn't have less than 100 yet, did he? He was at like 120 or something. We'll say he was at 115 and then he gains 10 HP. So we'll put him at 125. You did 78. Okay, so he would have had 88 then. And then he gets 10 more to 98. Alright, perfect. Thank you. Elio, I feel like you're always the one that comes in clutch for when I mess up the HP. So I appreciate you. So he's going to use his Chaos Staff. What did he do last time? Did he do Fireball? He did do Fireball. That's right. Alright, so he's going to do his multi-attack. So he gets the Chaos Staff. And Chaos happens when he uses it. Alright, so we're targeting the right person. We're going to use the Chaos Staff 3 times. A nat 20! First nat 20 of the night with the Chaos Staff. Let's just do the damage now, see what happens. Critical hit. That's a 6 plus 3 is 9. Plus another 4 is 13. So we apply the damage. And then, until the start of Slad's turn, the target has a condition determined by 1d4. No problem. I appreciate the content. Heck yeah. It's fun. I have fun doing this. Alright, so we roll a d4 to see what happens to this elemental. What do we got? What do we got? A 3. So it is poisoned. The question is, can it be poisoned? It cannot. So that does nothing except damage. So now let's go ahead and attack 2 more times. 17 plus and... Oh, the second one misses. But it does hit a second time. Let's go ahead and roll the damage here. 6 plus, that's 10 damage. And then we roll another d4. And that is a 2. So it becomes frightened. Can it be frightened? It can. All right, so this thing is frightened. And Slad does get up from his prone condition. He used half of his movement to get up from that. So he's up there, and he's not going to use any more movement. And that's the end of his turn. Next, we have the MMMep11. The first of 3. All right, the MMMep11 is going to fly. How far can he fly? He's got to fly 30. Oh, yeah. He's going to fly up to Sabbath the Black here. So he'll be 20 feet up now, too. And he's going to attack. Dun, 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 dun. He's going to use his claw. A nat 20 on the claw from the MMMep11. No way. Critical hit. That's so funny. And of all that, it does 15 damage, but Sabbath is immune to fire and resistant to the slashing, so it takes 4 damage. A nat 20 for 4 damage. You're the man, Elio, and let's go Caesar, says DJ Wizard. All right. The Frost Salamander's up. All right. The Frost Salamander does have its Frost Breath back, its Freezing Breath back. And I think he's going to use it again. But he's going to move a little closer. And then he's going to cast it. So that he can reach Doodle. All right, so all 3 of them now are going to need to make saving throws. So we're going to go ahead and select them. Con saving throws. Normal, normal, and normal. And they all fail. Holy cow. All right, let's roll the damage. Kate sending in 3 donuts for the extra action. Frost Salamander's going to have another action going up against these fellas here. 61 damage. Holy cow. No token selected. What do you mean? What do you mean, dude? I got 3 selected. All right. So, Caesar Slad is resistant. Aang will use his reaction to be resistant. And other than that, this is how much they take. 60, 30, and 30. Owie to the heroes. But Aang was resistant, so he's saved for 30, and he gets plus 10 HP. And he's now resistant to cold. Well, he was resistant to cold for that instance. Right? Let me make sure. To that instance of damage. Yeah. And then he gains 10 temp HP. Okay. So, Kate sending in the extra action. He's not going to get to use his freezing breath again, but he will slide in. He will slither around these rocks. Because he's got 60 feet of walk, so he's going to use that. And for his multi-attack, 1 bite attack and 4 claw attacks. Yikes. Kate, that is a big extra action. Big extra action. Okay, nat 1 on the bite, though, for real? Is that for real? All right, 4 claw attacks. He does hit first claw attack. Second claw attack does hit. Third claw attack. Oh, nat 2. That one's going to hit. I mean, miss. And the final one, I know, on the bite, a 1. All right, so he does hit 3 out of 4 claw attacks. It's only a d6 damage, but... Oh, of course he rolls the 1 on the damage. Another 1 on the damage. And the third one, a 2. Ew for the damage rolls. But Caesar Slad takes 6, 6, and 7. All right. Ooh, Caesar Slad's looking rough. That is the end of the Frost Salamander's turn. A great extra action, Kate. Great extra action. The Lightning Hulk. Zendar the Frost Salamander. Hey, don't you besmirch the great name of Zendar. All right. So the Lightning Hulk is going to do a few things here. The Lightning Hulk is going to zoom through Sabbath the Black. So we are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Medieval Peasant, what's going on? 75, 80, 85, 90. So, this Lightning Hulk zips... Oh, wait, this is Good Hulk. Wait, where did he come from? All right, I need... Okay, remember when I doubled it earlier? That was not supposed to happen. All right, so... Let's go ahead and get rid of this Lightning Hawk. So he's able to fly through all of them. All right, there you go. So when he does that, these 4 take the lightning damage. because he's got his lightning form, so he can fly 90 feet. And in his lightning form, the lightning hawk can enter hostile creature space. Oh, and stop there. Oh, never mind. He's really high rated for only being able to do that. First time the lightning hawk enters a creature space on a turn, or if it begins its turn in a creature space, that creature takes 2d6 lightning damage. Okay, so he's got to move through and stop there. That's lame. All right, so he's going to move. Oh, gosh. He's going to move through Sabbath the Black then. 20 feet up in the air, so let me give him plus 20 feet. And Sabbath the Black has to take the damage. Damage 2d6 lightning. And apply it to selected. Alright, now he is going to... Did I apply that to the right thing? Yeah, I did. Alright, now he's going to use his arc lightning. And he's going to fire this lightning off at Doodle and send it over to Aang. We need to do an attack. On 2! He misses! Oh, their lightning attacks have been awful. Alright. Target is a creature, can't take reactions. Yeah, it says nothing. Yeah, if it misses, it misses. Lame! Lightning Hawk is supposed to be good. Or was that supposed to be... I need to put Lightning Hawk in above Bert. Oh, it went in above Bert. That was wild. Excellent. What a good roll. What a good roll. Okay. So now it's Bert's turn. Bert's turn. And Bert is going to... He's going to zip over to the Earth Elemental. Zip! And he can go in space and end in his space. And now the Earth Elemental needs to take this damage. Okay. 7. And we're going to apply to the Earth Elemental. And then this one's going to fire off his attack at the Earth Elemental. And then hopefully he can send it over to the Salamander as well. Arc Lightning. Attack. Arc Lightning. Attack. 11 plus. That hits that time. Look at that. Alright, good bit of damage to the Earth Elemental. Now, it gets to... it's got to do a save for the other one. So the Salamander needs to make a Dex saving throw. That's a 6 plus. It will fail. So let's go ahead and do the damage here. Taking 48 lightning damage, which is 21 total. We'll apply that. Okay. It's coming in clutch. Fire Elemental Myrmidon once again. Now, can it fly? It cannot. So it's gotta do something here. Because it cannot reach any of the heroes. It's got to get in this action. 25. It can walk 40. So we're going to go 30, 35, 40 to get over to the land. But it's going to need to make an athletics save to be able to move forward. Otherwise, it slips and has to grasp onto the water. Or an athletics check. I'm sorry, not an athletics save. So that would be strength here. As it fights the current of the waterfall. That is definitely going to fail. So it actually falls prone and gets stuck in the water here, trying to hold on for dear life. All right, so we're going to make it use its entire action to try and crawl through. But as it's in the water, it is taking damage. Water susceptibility. Every 5 feet, it moves in 1 foot or more of water. It takes 1d4 cold damage. It's going to be going through 15 feet of water here. It is now moved through 10, so 2d4 cold damage, which is 6. So -6. I hit the minus that time. Now it's got to use its whole turn to try and crawl across the water just to get out. So it's going to roll another one. This strength save, this athletics, is going to be a 16. Oh, it does. It does get there. So 5, 10, which uses 20 of its feet to get out. And then it'll just move forward. It'll stand up and move forward. And that's its turn, but it does take another 1d4 of damage. Of cold damage. Oh, it takes the full cold damage too there. Okay. So that's his turn, though. He only hurt himself that turn. The next magma method to be up. 5, 10, 15, 20. Is going to go up here. And fight Sabbath the Black. And he's going to use his claw attack. 13 plus 16. That's garbage, says Kate. All right. 3. So Sabbath the Black, out of 4 damage, takes 1. 1 point of damage from the magma method. Bucky is up. Ha ha! So first he's going to use his bonus action to attack with his flying sword. Dancing rapier. For the second. Oh, not 1. We ain't wasting it. We're using advantage. We're using advantage roll. The first one of the night. And he misses still. All right, well, now he gets 3 rapier attacks. What are you doing, Bucky? Hit something! Hit something! Finally, he hits 1. 1 attack against this thing. For real. All right, he does 5 damage on his turn. Bucky, that was a letdown. David Lord, welcome to the live. Welcome to the magma method showdown. About to fly over to the Sabbath the Black here. 20 feet in the air now. Lots of creatures, monsters versus heroes. Who you rooting for, David? Let me see. 20 feet. Okay, now he's going to attack Sabbath the Black with his claw. These things do nothing. Their damage is so low. And he misses anyway, so it's irrelevant. All right, so the magma method does nothing on its turn. Up next is the water elemental. Now, the water elemental is surrounded. By the way, David, you'll see there are different colors in the corner. If you see a light blue in the top left, that's a hero. If you see red, that's a monster. So that's why we have heroes versus monsters here. So the elemental here is going to roll to see if it gets its freezing strikes back. It does not. But it does still get the 3 trident attacks. So it's going to send the trident attacks at Bucky. Danielle, welcome to the live. David, I appreciate the likes. Normal attack. 9 plus. That's only a 16. 4 plus. That's only 11. What are these rolls? No way! The trident misses 3 attacks against Bucky. That is garbo. What another waste of a turn. All right, the air elemental's up. Now, the air elemental is currently restrained. It is going to use its... Well, first we see if it gets its lightning strikes back. It does not. So, being restrained, I believe. Now, let me check, because that was from the Doodle, the Cockatrice region. The Petrifying Bite said that targeted creature is subject to the following effect. Restrained, ending the effect on itself on a success. Target's petrifying condition instead of the restrained condition. Okay. I'm going to say that it probably would shrug off the restraint if it can't be petrified, right? It probably wouldn't even be restrained in the first place. All right, so, hey, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. So, the air elemental... Is he invisible? He shouldn't be. Why is he invisible? All right. He's going to move over to... He's going to move over to Doodle, actually. So, as he flies over to Doodle, the Cockatrice Regent, who is just floating in the air with a little... The air elemental just kind of glides over and is going to attack with 3 flail attacks. But it does not get the extra lightning strike damage. Finally, something that knows how to hit. All right, the first hit, 17. Second hit is a 23. All right, Doodle's getting whopped here by this flail. All right, the third one does not hit. So we make 2 damages against Doodle. First bit of damage is 8. Second is 10. From the air elemental. That is the air elemental's turn. Now we have Sabbath the Black, who's been getting surrounded by all these other monsters. Sabbath the Black could potentially... No, he's not going to cast Darkness. Why would he do that? Oh, he has magic resistance. Forgot about that. Has advantage on saving throws. I don't think he's had to make one yet, but... yeah, he's going to use his bite and 2 scimitar attacks. And he's not even going to worry about the magma methods at the moment. So, bite attack first. 14 plus. That one should hit. There you go. There you go. So, the bite attack does hit. Ooh, 16. It is resistant to the piercing damage. But it does take the rest. Now, it's going to do 2 scimitar attacks. So, as it makes purchase with its bite attack into this lightning elemental creature... it then swings its sword 2 times, hitting the first time. Will it hit the second time? A nat 20 on the second! Wait a minute! Alright, so we deal damage now. First damage and then critical damage here. I mean, it's not a bunch of damage, unfortunately, but it is doing some damage to this lightning hawk. And that is the end of Sabbath's turn. But I think Sabbath may... no, he's not going to fly. He's going to stay there. He's going to stay there. He's surrounded at the moment. Aang is up. Now, Aang, he is going to use his elemental claw attack. But who's he going? I think he's going to keep going after the salamander. As this giant salamander is getting ever closer and continues to deal a ton of damage. Aang, let's roll a perception check to see if Aang would have noticed the, does it have any benefit? Yeah. If it would have noticed that the salamander got its breath back because of him. With a 22, absolutely. So, as Aang deals fire damage last round, he noticed as the salamander took all the damage, but became enraged and began to inhale all of this cold energy. So this time, Aang is going to change his elemental claw effect to lightning. So let's go ahead and use that against the salamander now. Oh, it's a 4+. Are you kidding? These attacks are garbage. There you go. There's a 14+. That's going to hit. And finally, with the third one, 18+. Those are 2 big hits. All right, so let's do the damage. Let me make sure he's not anything with lightning. He is not. All right, so normal hit for both of these. So Aang, the elemental cultist, flails with 3 attacks, sending it at the salamander. The salamander, as it slithers around, dodges the first one, but takes 2 lightning strikes. He rolled 9 damage on that second roll. Ew. He does 24 and then 9. That is Aang's attacks. Yeah, that's going to be his turn there. Yep. So that's his full turn. Up next, we have the Earth Elemental. By the way, don't forget, every 2,000 likes in TikTok and every 1 like in YouTube is an advantage roll for the heroes. Every 10,000 brings in a new monster. So if you're trying to affect the battle, you have ways of doing so. So the Earth Elemental is currently surrounded by this lightning freak. Now, if I remember correctly, the first time the Lightning Hawk enters a creature's space on a turn, or if it begins its turn in a creature's space. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't do anything for the creature. Okay, so the Earth Elemental is going to continue swinging away at Caesar Slad, but first we got to see if he gets his Thunderous Strikes back. He does not. He does not, so he gets 2 Maul attacks. 17 plus is for sure going to hit. And the next one, 18 plus, also for sure going to hit. So we have 2 more. All right, we have 12 and 15 damage to Caesar Slad. Ooh, Caesar is so close to death. But up next, we have Kelvin, the Frost Giant, who's Team Good Guys. Kelvin is going to use his axe and see if he can do something here. But first, he needs to see if he gets his war cry back. And he does! So he's going to use it. And he's going to pull out this massive horn that's going to sound a lot manlier than my little horn did there. And he is going to basically pump himself up. And he gets 2. Get 2d10 plus 5 temporary hit points. Which I can't seem to click right now. There we go, I got it. What's that? 14 plus 5? 19 temp HP. So that'll replace the 12, because it's higher. And then he has advantage on his 2 Frost Axe attacks. And I rolled it normal, of course, like a dum-dum. He does hit, but let's roll the second time to see if he gets a nat 20. He does not. And for the next one, we'll roll with advantage. He does not. Oh, he does hit. Wow. That's a big extra. So he makes 2 damages against the elemental in front of him here. I know you can't really see the elemental. There's a lot of creatures standing around this guy right now. Not to Caesar Slad. To the water elemental. So he is resistant to the cold damage, it looks like. No, he's resistant to the slashing. And we need to do 1 more damage. That was a good hit, though. That was a really good hit. We apply... Oh, no! I applied the damage to Caesar Slad. I need to go give Caesar Slad 23 damage back. Where's he at? Plus, I don't know what he was at. He wasn't at 23, that's for sure. Okay, so there's Caesar Slad's. Okay, so that is the end of Kelvin's turn. We are now at the top of the round with Doodle, but first, we must zoom out and roll our D20 to see where lightning strikes, because they brought in a wild magic surge, which, of course, will be sending down lightning into the area, but we need to know where. So let's go ahead and roll our D20. That's a weird one. It's not even on the battle map. Theoretically, it's off. We're not using that one. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. All right, so it was right by here. Right over top of Slad. That's a problem. Oh, no. Oh. All right. So it was right here. Oh, cast. Oh, Jesse. I wish Jesse was here to see the damage he's about to do. All right. All these creatures need to make dex saving throws. This is a really big wild magic surge. Do any have advantage? No. Yeah, there's nothing special for any of them. They're just normal rolls. Holy cow. So Jesse brings in a wild magic surge. Oh my gosh. So the Frost Salamander and both succeed. Everyone else fails. So we're going to go ahead and roll this damage. And I need to choose selected. So the Frost Salamander succeeds and takes half. And succeeds and takes half. Everyone else takes full-ish. Yeah. And I think that's everything there. So we apply. Holy cow. If Jesse comes back, remind me to tell him what his lightning damage... Oh, that wasn't lightning. That was fire. 1 second. I did fireball. What a dummy. What a dummy. Alright, so he took none. The only other one that succeeded was who takes half. Plus. Oops. So he took 13 plus 13. Okay, so that put him back in full health. That was his first bit of damage there. The Earth Elemental failed. So he took the full 25. I got to give him his 25 back. Caesar Slad. Demon King, welcome to the live. Caesar Slad took half. So he took the 13. Hey, I appreciate the likes. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, minus 15. There you go. Okay, that's his. Sorry, I'm fixing my mistake here. I made a mistake. He took the full 25. I got to give it back. All right, and he took the full 25. I said 35 before, my fault. And the Elemental took none. Okay, now let's go back to this. And they all need to make a dex saving throw against lightning. Honestly, we'll just keep it the same. So there were only 2 that succeeded. And we need to roll. It is 4d10 lightning damage. All right, we're caught back up. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. So 26 lightning damage. Now, I know that takes none. The Earth Elemental failed the save and is not immune or resistant to lightning, so he takes the full 26. Okay. Caesar Slad is resistant to lightning. He failed the save, so he takes half, so he takes 13. Okay. What the flip? He should be at minus. Okay. Caesar Slad's not looking good. The Salamander succeeded. So he takes minus 13 only. Okay. And Aang failed. And he has no resistances to those. So he takes the 13. No, he takes the full 26. And then finally, the Elemental over here takes the full 26. Because he has nothing with lightning. Okay. We're caught up now. Jesse still did do a ton, by the way. So remind me to let him know. Okay. It's now Doodle's turn. Doodle, the Cockatrice Regent. Doodle is going to turn back to the Elemental, who's giving him a hard time. And he's going to attack. He's going to do the Petrifying Bite. And I'm going to say that the restraint can't happen because it's part of the petrification. And it can't happen. So, we're going to do the Petrifying Bite just for the damage. Nat 1. Are you kidding me? All right, well, here comes the 2 Talon attacks that it gets afterwards. First one misses. Second one's going to hit. Doodle is shook. Shooketh. Doodle may be dead from this next one. Caesar Slad gets another turn, but first he gets to get 10 HP for his regeneration that he's got. Then he's going to do his Chaos Staff multi-attack. And he's going to do it first off against the Earth Elemental. So, Chaos Staff attack. 17 plus will definitely hit. Let's see if that's enough to kill it. 8 plus. So we'll apply that. And then, did that kill him? He has 8, but we need to see what happens. 1d4. He's got a 3, which is poison, so nothing happens. Now he's going to hit him again with the Chaos Staff. 7 plus is going to miss. And final Chaos Staff. Do something! Caesar Slad just couldn't kill him. Couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. So that's the end of Caesar Slad's turn as he... The Magma Mephit's up. The Magma Mephit is going to continue to just attack Claw. Weakest attack ever. 9 plus is going to miss. And that's the Magma Mephit's turn. He has a Fire Breath, but he's not going to do it. All right, does the Frost Salamander get its freezing breath back? It does not. So it is going to use its bite and claw attacks. And it's going to use them. It's going to slide over here. And the first thing it's going to do is use its bite against Aang, who continues to attack it. This is looking suddenly pretty rough for the heroes. Oh no. Oh no. This is suddenly looking really rough for the heroes. So now we're going to do 4 claw attacks. Oh, that one's going to hit. Second one's the Pokey Follower. What's going on? I think you've been here before. Welcome back if you have. I feel like I've seen your name. And that is 3 attacks with its claw. Let's roll that damage. See if it's enough. 5 plus? 5 plus? Oh no. It needs to roll really low here, ladies and gentlemen. Is this final attack the end of Aang, who has 15 HP left? Oh, I don't think it can be. I don't think it can be. 4 plus, that's only 9. Okay, Aang has 6 HP. Aang is holding on for dear life. Yeah, 4 claw attack. Okay, that is the end of his turn. Up next is the Lightning Hulk, who I thought went down here. Did he not? Oh, that's right. He had to stop up here. So at the start of its turn, Sabbath the Black is in it. So the Lightning Hulk is going to do lightning damage to selected Sabbath the Black. Apply. And then the Lightning Hulk is going to send... Oh, man. Oh, man. He knows he can get... Okay, this may be the end of Aang here. So he's going to attack Doodle first. If he hits Doodle, Aang is in trouble. Let's see what he's got. Will he hit Aang? Oh, yeah. I mean, not Aang. Will he hit Doodle? So we do the damage first to Doodle, which could also be a problem. 14? Oh! And then as he sends this lightning into the air, it strikes Doodle and arcs off into Aang's direction. Aang, firstly, needs to make a saving throw. So we're going to make the DC 18 Dex saving throw. Oh, nat 20 for Aang! Aang holds on! No way! Oh my god, Aang is okay still. As this bolt of lightning comes flying towards Aang, and Aang, who is just on the clutches of life, the brink of death, he juts out of the way as the lightning crashes into the ground next to him. Holy cow. Alright. Up next is... Alright. So, the Earth Elemental starts its turn. Ooh. This could be the end of the Earth Elemental to start off with, without him needing to make the attack already. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That is... Oh, no! 7! I think the Earth Elemental had 8. Let me apply to selected. The Earth Elemental is alive with 1 HP. Alright, so, but he is going to try to attack the Earth Elemental with his Arc Lightning. And he misses! No way! These creatures holding on to dear life. This is insanity. Alright, the Fire Elemental's up. The Fire Elemental is going to attack Aang. And it is going to... Oh, first see if it gets its fiery strikes back. It does not. So it gets multi-attack, makes 3 scimitar attacks. This is going to be the end of Aang. Oh no, it does hit. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen, for the heroes, the first fall of the night as Aang takes this slash from the back after diving out of the way of the lightning and just falls to the ground. And that is the end of Aang. Alright. It has 2 more scimitar attacks. It's going to move over towards... I forgot to take off its prone earlier. It's going to move over towards Caesar Salad. And it's going to attack 2 more times. Will it hit is the question. Ooh, the 17, definitely. And with the next hit, a 3. He will miss that one. But he does 1 a little bit of damage here. And he literally rolls a 1. Only 5 to Caesar Salad. The next up is the MMMep11, who is going to... yeah, he's just going to attack Sabbath the Black with his claw. Another nat 20. These things. Oh, best viewers on Stream Boo. I'm okay, thank you, though. Alright, let's roll the damage for this nat 20. He does 3 damage with a nat 20. And that's the end of the MMMep's turn. Alright, Bucky is up for his bonus action. His flying sword for the 3rd time. The dancing rapier is going to make an attack. Do something! Oh my god. We're doing another advantage roll. We're not wasting this thing. We've got at least 3 from TikTok and at least 5 from YouTube. So we've got 8. So we're going to roll the advantage roll again. Roll again for advantage. No! Bucky! What is happening? Bucky's killing me. Killing me. Alright, he's going to use the rapier attack. A nat 20! There you go. Finally, Bucky. That's definitely going to hit. Rolls a 7. What are you doing? 13 plus. That one will hit. So he hits twice. One of them a critical hit. We're going to apply. It goes from 19 to 9 on the critical. Ah! And this one goes from... Oh, sorry. I'm scrolling your thing around by accident. There you go. It's back to Bucky. Okay. That is the end of Bucky's turn. Who keeps missing. Final MMMep's turn. He's going to swing at Sabbath the Black once more. Will we get another nat 20 from a MMMep? We will not. It does hit, though. Xiang Bells, welcome to the live. We have a battle between monsters and heroes. The question is, who are you rooting for? Did I apply the 9? I don't know if I applied it or not, but I did now. 1 HP. Alright. Or 1 damage. First, let's see if we get our war cry back. We do! Kelvin keeps getting this thing back. Alright, so Kelvin is going to target. Oh, let's see. Oh, man. Kelvin's going to target... Probably... I don't know. He's going to target himself, I guess. Yeah, he's going to use it. Use ability, target himself. That's a 9. Wow. That's a bigger temp HP roll. Oops. Okay, so he's got 21 temp HP, and he has advantage on his attacks. He is going to, seeing that all of his friends are in trouble over here, go around this big old rock. And he does get an attack of opportunity. The water elemental does. So let's go ahead and roll a trident attack. Two-handed. Oh, and nat 20. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's only 7 damage, though. All right. Kelvin walks up to the salamander. Yeah, stay away from my friends. And he's going to swing his axe down on the salamander. Gets to do it twice with advantage. He hits the first time, and he hits the second time. All right, damage and damage. 30 subtract, or 30 reduced down to 19, and 32 reduced down to 22. That is a solid amount of damage to that salamander. That is the end of Kelvin's turn. Up next is the air elemental, who's going to try once and for all to finish this doodle. He does not get his lightning strikes back. But we're going to go ahead and use our flail 3 times. He does hit the first time. He's going to miss the second time. Will he hit on the third one? He does not. Okay, I think there might be a chance for Doodle here. Nope. There it went. There it goes. Another hero down just like that, ladies and gentlemen. The heroes are dropping like cockatrices. All right. That is the air elemental's turn. Sabbath the Black is up. Sabbath the Black is going to continue to target this Lightning Hawk. And he's going to use Bite. And 2 Scimitar attacks. Nat 20 on the Bite. There you go. Let's go ahead and do the damage. Critical hit. Does 24 damage to the Lightning Hawk. Heroes eagerly snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. I know. I feel like they have a chance here if they would just roll better. And hey, look, Sabbath is coming in clutch right now. He's really, if he can take out this Lightning Hawk, that's a big ask. 3 for the damage roll. Deaners are here. Can't stay late tonight though. Getting up early for a local Chick-fil-A grand opening. Oh, get out of town. Are you part of the grand opening or just going to indulge in the festivities? All right, that is the end of Sabbath's turn. That was a really good turn against that Lightning Hawk. The Earth Elemental with 1 HP is going to use 2 maul attacks against Caesar Slad and probably kill him. Dang, now I'm hungry. Yeah, well, remember, we don't want it till Sunday. So he's going to attack twice. Ooh, that's a big hit. And that one also hits. Okay, so he attacks Caesar Slad on the first one. Just going to enjoy. I like it. I like it. Waking up early for... What are you going to get? Are you going to get the chicken minis or are you going to get the spicy biscuit? That's the only 2 options. He does not kill him on the first one. Does he kill him on the second one? He sure does. And with that, a third hero in just as many turns falls to the ground. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is, all of the monsters are at such low HP. They're just not dying. It is Kelvin's turn again? That's not right. Oh, I did Kelvin's turn when it was supposed to be the water elemental's turn, I think. Right? Did I ever do the water elemental's turn? I don't think I did. So let's see. The frost giant Kelvin I had go. No, I did. The water elemental's turn. I don't know why I had Kelvin go. That made no sense. Okay, so Kelvin is done. Kelvin already took his turn this round. Top of the round. You know what that means, though. I did work for them for several years through high school and college. Regular chicken biscuit for me, minis for the missus. All right, all right. I'll take the regular chicken biscuit as a decent exception. I worked for Burger King, by the way, so I feel that. I think everyone should work the fast food 64 nugget tray. I don't want to pay for it, but I'll eat it. All right, so we're going to roll a d20 to see where this lightning ends up. Thanks to Jesse, this could kill a lot of people. All right. Right dead center of the map. You got to be kidding me. I need Caesar Slad back so I can bring his thing in. This might be a problem for a lot of people. Oh no, that's right. It's not Fireball. I don't need Caesar Slad back. 30-foot radius from here. No, it was in the center of that. There you go. All right. So, 30-foot radius, lightning damage to anyone that fails a DC 15 dex saving throw. 1, 2. Oh, let me zoom in so you can see who's having to make them. 3, 4, 5, 6. They all need to make dex saving throws. Dex saving throw, normal. Dex saving throw. Oh, the Lightning Hulk has a big one. And he's immune to lightning anyway. So, I don't know why I just rolled for him. Dex saving throw +6. Dex saving throw +1. Normal. And Dex saving throw +1. Normal. Did I forget anyone? We had the Frost Salamander, Air Elemental, Lightning Hawk, Sabbath, MMMep11, and MMMep11. Alright, so DC 15. The Frost Salamander failed and both Mephits failed. Everyone else takes half lightning damage. Alright, so we need to roll 4d10s. Or no, they took none, right? They took none. No, they took half. I think it was half. Oh, they definitely took half, actually, now that I think about it. 20 lightning damage. So, with the 20 lightning damage, we do... Who saved again? It was everybody but the two Mephits and the Frost Salamander. So the Frost Salamander takes the full 20 damage, and it only had 15 HP left. So that is enough. As the lightning strikes down, Jesse can rest assured, knowing that he killed something tonight with his lightning. As he strikes the Frost Salamander with 20 lightning damage and kills it. All right, I know that I need to unselect everything. Okay. Frost Salamander's gone. Air Elemental succeeded, so it takes half the damage. And it is resistant to lightning, so it only takes a quarter, so it takes 5 damage. The Lightning Hulk takes none. Sabbath the Black succeeded. And it is nothing to lightning, so it takes half, so it takes 10 damage. Stays alive. And both MMMep11s failed, so they take the full 20. And their HP is lower than that, so they both die. But on explosion, they have the Death Burst. Which the Death Burst says the Mephit explodes when it dies. Creatures in a 5-foot radius need to make a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 fire damage or half damage on success. That thing's immune, but the Lightning Hulk is not, so it needs to make 2 dexterity saving throws. 11 plus and 3, so it failed once. 20 and 12. And we need to use the Death Burst. And it happened here. Everything else is immune to the fire damage. Oh no, it's a DC 11. But it does take half. So it takes, for each one, they both do this amount of damage. And the Lightning Hulk takes half. So I see 6 and 6, so it's going to take 6 total. 6 total. Okay. And that is the end of these two Mephits. Okay. That is now the MMMep's turn at the top of the round. I genuinely don't know who's going to win this, mostly because you do still have 2 decent heroes here that are in good shape. But then you have the Fire Elemental, the Air Elemental, the Water Elemental still alive. You technically still have the Lightning Hulk still alive. Maybe it's still good for the heroes. I don't know. I don't know. This one could be... I don't know. The MMMep's up. You know what it's going to do. It's going to claw at Sabbath the Black. Normal. 6 plus. That's a 9. Not going to hit. Okay, that is the MMMep's turn. They're fun. The Lightning Hawk's turn. So, with that, the Lightning Hawk deals its lightning form damage. Apply. And then... it needs to get rid of... It needs to get rid of Sabbath. So, it is going to try to attack Sabbath with its Arc Lightning. So... I thought both MMMeps were killed by the lightning. They were. There were 3. I know you couldn't see the... Like, they were all kind of buried in them. There was 2 next to that MMMep. And the lightning didn't reach the 3rd one. That's right here. So there was 1 to the right of that guy and 1 below him. And this one barely... Just didn't get struck by lightning. Alright, we'll I did forget to delete that, though. Okay, so... If this lightning hits Sabbath the Black, that could be the end of Sabbath. If not, it may be the end of the Lightning Hawk because Sabbath will get to attack back. Elio! Oh, wow. Elio wanting the heroes to win.
Can't touch this.
Adding 125 temporary hit points to Sabbath the Black.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Elio, seeing the lightning start to ball up in the mouth of this this Hulk, immediately gets this courage, and all of a sudden it feels this wealth of just excitement and power surround its body. All right, so I already said it's attacking though, so we got to do it. Here we go. 10 plus, it does hit. Let's see what the damage would have been. If it's more than 15, Sabbath the Black was dead. It was 20. Elio comes in clutch to save the hero. Wow. Big save, Elio. Big save. Is up. And so with that, the Earth Elemental starts its turn. And it is going to take the lightning damage from starting its turn there. So with that, it will die no matter what with 1 HP. And so, Shenro crying. I know, Shenro, I saw you were rooting for the monsters there. So with that, the Earth Elemental takes the lightning damage right off the rip, and it does die. Rip to the Earth Elemental. Now, the Lightning Hulk here will target the Fire Elemental with its Arc Lightning, and it will attack. And a 2 is not going to do it. It will not hit, so that's the end of its turn. It does nothing. I said nothing! The Fire Elemental is up. The Fire Elemental... +1 advantage roll. Oh, I could use the advantage roll. I could use it. We'll use it. We're not going to use it this turn. Because he's going to be fine. The Fire Elemental is going to come up, and he's going to attack. Let's see if he gets his fiery strikes back. He does not. Man, if they could get these strikes back, they would do a lot better. So we're going to do 3 scimitar attacks. A nat 20 from the Fire Elemental. Wait a minute. And then he follows it up with a 3. What are you doing here? What are you doing? 13 plus, though? That'll hit. Okay, so we do the damage with a critical hit. 8 plus 4 is 12, and then halved. So we apply that, and then it gets 1 more regular damage attack. 2 plus, so 6 total. And that is the end of the Fire Elemental's turn. Right? Correct. Okay. It is now Bucky. Hi. It's about time you get taken care of. I need to go join the fray. And he's going to command his flying sword to attack for the final time before having to return. I have faith in the monsters, says Lori. We'll see. You never know what could happen. Sickness could end up back in here and pull in some Phoenix. I changed the big baddies for the night to a phoenix instead of adult dragons. Just to go with the elemental theme. Aki is pulling some wild cards right now. Damage. Okay, so he does hit with this finally. 2+. So he does 6 damage. And then it has to return to his hand, I think. After it attacks for the 4th time, it flies back to you and tries to return to your hand. If the weapon has no... Are these light? Are rapiers light, by the way? Can they be dual-wielded? Was trying to figure out... Yeah, I have that sound turned up on my computer right now. I usually will try to remember to mute them, but I forgot. Are rapiers dual-wieldable? I can't remember. It doesn't look like it. View. Oh, here we go. Reach. 5 feet. Hit. I don't think so. Okay. Alright, because I was going to say he could totally dual wield these rapiers. Alright, so it flies back to his hand. And I'm going to say that he drops his rapier to catch the magical rapier. There, finesse not light. Got it. Got it. But it doesn't say that you can't do it again. Alright, so he's going to use his free action to stow his weapon away as the sword comes flying back. And he's going to go, "Ay, come here!" And he's going to grab it out of the air and swing down onto the water elemental. Alright, so we're doing the rapier attack. Normal. Oh yeah, that's hitting. And we're going to do another one. What do we got here? That's definitely hitting. Oh, Bucky's angry with this thing. He is angry with this thing, and then he misses. But he does hit twice. That's a 5+. So it's 9 total and 7. Is that enough? It is not! Bucky is trying his darndest to kill this water elemental. I do need to send this into the back. There you go. Get mad, Bucky, says DJ Widget. It is the water elemental's turn, who's now going to get another chance to do something here. And he does not get his freezing strikes back. They need to get these attacks back. So he gets to do 3 trident attacks against Bucky. So 1d8. No, they don't. A 13. Damage, normal. I'm just saying it would give them more of a chance. Alright, I'm just saying. Okay, so I attacked with once and I rolled the damage there. So he does 6 damage. He gets 2 more attacks. Normal and normal. What do we got here? 3, that's going to miss. 12+, though. That's going to hit. Deal our final bit of damage to Bucky here. 4+. 8 more damage. Not enough to kill him. I think that's no good for the water elemental here. Up next, though, is the air elemental. Will the air elemental get its lightning strike attacks back? It does not. So he's just flailing. He's flailing. All right. What's his movement, though? He's got fly 30, right? Yeah. And he doesn't have range. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He doesn't have range there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to go up and help with Sabbath here. All right. So he's now 20 feet in the air. Lots of creatures up here. 20 feet up. And he's going to turn to Sabbath and he's going to start swinging. So 3 flail attacks. Or is it 2? 3. That one definitely hits. The next one. A nat 20. That one will definitely hit. And finally, an 8+. Oh, also hits. Wow, 2 regular attacks and a critical. Critical and normal. So 7, 10. Oh. Ah! See, if it had its lightning strikes, that would have done so much more damage. 7, 10, and 9. I mean, he's got like 1,000,000 temp HP thanks to Elio. All right, Sabbath the Black, who's feeling good, is going to try to finish off this Lightning Hulk. So he's going to start with his bite. 6+ is not going to do it. He does get 2 scimitar attacks. 8+ is not going to do it. And... oh, I thought the nat 20 was it. Ah! He misses all 3 attacks to not kill the Lightning Hulk. They are giving the monsters a chance right now. That is wild. Well, Kelvin's up, and Kelvin is going to try to finish him off. 5. He's going to move 5 feet. He's going to target the Lightning Hulk. And he's going to use his advantage. I'm going to change the counter to now use 4 advantage rolls for both of his attacks. He does not get his war cry back. So he's going to use his great bow with advantage. With advantage, he rolls 2 5s and misses? Are you kidding me? Kelvin! Alright, second time will definitely hit. There we go. 7 and 11. I was nervous when I saw 7 and 11. But that does hit with a 20. Is it enough to kill the Lightning Hulk, though? Does 11 damage, but the Lightning Hulk is cold resistant and piercing resistant. But it is still enough. It only had 6 HP. And with that, the Lightning Hulk is dead. And that is Kelvin's turn. It is the top of the round, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means. Who's going to take lightning damage? Let's go ahead and roll that D20 to find out. Down at the bottom here? Oh. Whoa, it was off your screen. That was weird. All right, let's try again. Need a thunderstruck drop. Yeah, thunderstruck drop. Bring in somebody else. Oh, it hits nobody on that one. All right. Oh. All right. It is now the MMMep's turn. The MMMep is going to obviously attack Sabbath the Black with his claw and probably do 1 damage if he hits, or none if he doesn't. Okay, that's the end of the MMMep's turn. Up next, oops, no, is who's going to move here and deal 2d8 lightning damage, or 2d6, I'm sorry, to the fire elemental. 5 damage, and then he's going to use his arc lightning. Yeah, he's going to use his arc lightning, and it's a normal attack, but we'll do advantage here, as we mentioned before. Oh, it was on the nat 20. Oh, did you see that? It was on it and flipped 1 more. Wow. Wow. All right, so we'll roll the damage here, because it will still hit. 8, 2, 3, and 5, so 18 damage to the fire elemental. And there's no enemy within 30 feet that he would like to use it against. So there's nothing he can do about that. And that's his turn. I do need to change the counter, the advantage counter, to 5 now. Okay. And up next is the fire elemental, who's going to fight back. Will he get his fiery strikes back? No, he does not. That's lame. That's lame that they're really not getting these back right now. All right, so he's going to use his multi-attack. Use his scimitar 3 times. I need to target the Myrmidon. No, the... All right, so we will attack 3 times. 1, a 2, a 3. What do we got? What do we got? All three will hit. 26, 21, and 17. If only he was doing extra damage. Rolled a 2. Rolled a 5. And rolled a 5. So he dealt 6, 9, and 9. Not bad. Not bad. Not a lot, but not bad. Bucky. I've had enough. And he is going to use his bonus action to send that magical sword. Am I reading this right? It does not say usable once only. Right? Let me zoom in for you guys here. All right, so Dancing Rapier. You can take a bonus action and toss this magic weapon into the air. When you do so, the magic weapon begins to hover. It tells you what it does. After hovering, flies back to you and tries to return to your hand. And that's it. It doesn't say single use only. So he's doing it again. And then he gets to attack with it as his bonus action. And then he's going to use his free action to pull his other rapier back out. Normal attack. 17 plus a million. That's definitely going to hit. 4 plus. We have 8 damage. And that is not enough. Oh, the elemental holds on with 2 HP. No way. No way. He's going to roll another one. He's going to miss. He's going to roll another one. He's going to miss. He's going to roll another one. And he hits that time. Oh, I thought this thing was going to make it out alive on another attack. Took a bad week to switch to the baddies. Says Sherm. Oh, yeah. Oh, the heroes are taking it right now. Okay. That is going to be the end of Bucky's turn. It is the Air Elemental's turn. The Air Elemental is going to see if it gets its lightning strikes back. And it does not. None of them have gotten these back. So now it gets 3 flail attacks. Normal. Normal. And normal. It is missing the flails. Oh, it does hit with 1, though. Alright, let's go ahead with the damage. 7 plus. Does 11 damage. Barely any compared to the 125 Elio gave it. That's the end of its turn. Sabbath's up. Sabbath turns his attention. And he is going to do a bite attack. And then 2 scimitar attacks. Oh, he does hit with the bite attack. Let's go ahead and deal the damage for that first. Does 10 damage. And then he gets 2 scimitars. A nat 20 on 1 and follows it up with a 3. Come on! What is that garbage? That's a 10 to hit. All right, everything's still alive and kicking here for now. Kelvin's turn as he walks forward towards the fire elemental. And he is going to... Oh, see if he gets his war cry back. He does not. Uses frost axe twice. 19 plus will definitely hit. 18 plus will also definitely hit. So, Kelvin walks up to this fiery creature. Feels too hot. And he's going to slam down on this thing twice with his axe. Oh, and this thing is resistant to the slashing damage. So it takes 17 and 21 damage. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, it is looking rough for the monsters. They are in very big doo-doo right now. But let's go ahead and roll our D20 to see where our final lightning cloud ends up. Ooh, kind of like up there where no one's at. All right, the lightning cloud hits no one. No one once more. MMMep11's up. All right, the MMMep11 is going to do his claw attack that does like 1 damage. $10 plus. 13. That does not hit. That's the end of his turn. Is up. And because of that, we automatically take 2d6 lightning damage. 6 and a 1. Can't get more average than that. Target the fire elemental. And then it's going to use its arc lightning against him. 13 plus does hit. Does hit. The monsters are getting obliterated. And it's crazy because the monster started off so strong. So strong. That is the end of Bert's turn. Honestly, that wild magic surge was a big one from Jesse. Both of these. So the big wild magic surge for the lightning bolt striking down that killed some people. And then it also duplicated the lightning elemental here for the good guys. Jesse came in with mayhem with his two wild magic surges. The fire elemental, will he get his fiery strikes back? He does! Can you believe it? 3 scimitar attacks. Each attack deals an extra 2d6 fire damage. All right. So he's going to swing away. 3 of them. 1. That's crazy that it was like on a 17, then a 12, then less. 2 and 3. Dude, like, that's kind of wild. That is wild. Like, you have so many chances to do well, and then you... so he's not going to use fiery strikes. He's not going to use them. No, he would have. But he only hits with 1. That's so lame. Use ability. Roll and roll. So, takes 8 and 7. Okay. That is the end of the fire elemental's turn. It's Bucky's turn, who has nothing to attack at the moment. So he's going to swim his way down south here. 5, 10, 15. Now, because he's swimming, he is at half speed at the moment, so there's not really anything he can do, but he can move his hovering sword 30 to there. And that's going to be the end of his turn. The air elemental's up. Will the air elemental get his stuff back? He does! Look at that. So he can pick one of his flail attacks. On a hit, the target takes an extra 4d8 lightning. Oh, that's an action, though. Or be stunned. Oh. Or make the 3 flail. Yeah, he's going to do the lightning strike one. Because he's got a hit with it. Okay. Here we go. Oops, I was supposed to roll. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I forgot to do the flail attack. Let's start there. So that's the extra damage that comes if he hits. Oh, 14 plus. He definitely hits. Definitely hits. So that's 21. So we do the damage. Could he use the dash action to finish? Oh, yeah, he definitely could, actually. Good call. Good call. So 10, 20, 30 to get up to shore. Good call, Widget. So he takes the 11 damage, and then he takes the additional 20 lightning damage, and then he needs to make a saving throw, a Constitution saving throw. And if he fails, he's stunned. Oh, he succeeds. He is not stunned, but he took a good bit of damage there. So... all right, Sabbath the Black is up. So as someone who's not stunned, he is going to attack with both his bite. Oh, he actually also had advantage on that. He misses the bite. He has 2 scimitar attacks, though. which he misses with that one. What are you doing, Sabbath? There you go. That's a hit. All you got to do is threaten him. You got to threaten him. All right, he does 4 damage with that one. Yikes. Kelvin is up. All right, Kelvin is going to probably finish off this fire elemental. First, he needs to see if he gets Warcry back. He does. And he's going to use it on himself, obviously. So, we're going to do the 2d10 plus 5. 16. He has 14 temp HP, so the 16 will take over. And he will do the Frost Axe twice. And he has advantage. I forgot to roll advantage. All right, that one hits. And that's probably enough to kill it, I imagine. Is it not vulnerable to cold damage? That's pretty wild. But that is definitely enough to kill it. And so that will take out the fire elemental, which leaves 2 enemies left. The air elemental and the magma mephit. Kelvin is going to drop his he's going to drop his axe, and he's going to aim over at the air elemental. And he's going to use his great bow with advantage. He does hit. Damage. We got more people pulling, sorry. He does 18 damage. Not enough to kill it, but close. Close. All right, the magma mephit is up. I'm going to get rid of this quicksand because nobody's standing. Everyone's flying. Okay. So, the magma mephit is going to attack with its claw. Will it hit the final time? It will! Look at that. Look at that. And from 8 down to 1 damage. This is stupid. Is up. And he can fly 90 feet. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. Easy. Oh, yeah. And he's going to stop there, which means that this thing is going to take the 2d6 lightning damage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe this will be the end of the fight. The fray. It takes 4 damage here. Needs to hit it with its arc lightning. It does absolutely hit. Okay. Let's roll it, even though it's probably unnecessary. Almost definitely unnecessary. 7 damage to the air elemental. Oh, that's right. We still have the mephit. Oh, but then, okay, so that takes care of the air elemental. The air elemental takes the damage. And we'll choose to have that arc off and attack the magma mephit, who will need to make a dexterity saving throw. We need to do a DC 18 dexterity saving throw. No way this thing saves from this. Oh no, not with a 4. Roll the damage. 4 d8s. 15 damage is not enough, but it is close. Bucky's turn. Aye. I just swam on a shore for nothing. And he's going to start climbing this rock. It's 20 feet up in the air. And we're going to do an athletics check to get up this rock. 16 plus. Oh no, plus 0. I'm going to say that's enough. So he's 15 feet in the air now. And Bucky's peering around for the final shot. And he's going to bring this up with him. All right. Sabbath the Black is up. And Sabbath the Black will target him with a bite. Nat 1 on the bite. That's going to miss. So then he's going to scimitar. Bucky's clocking out for the day. Yeah, he's just chilling on top of the rock watching the action. He misses the first attack. The second one also misses. Sabbath cannot handle the pressure. Kelvin. Oh, I forgot to say that I used the war cry. And let's refresh. He gets it back, though. He will use this ability once more. We'll roll this for the temp HP. Just 16. That's what he's got. Okay. He's going to now great bow this thing. I rolled normal by accident. Let's just see if he finishes it off with a nat 20. He does not. Okay. Giant arrow flying through the air. An arrowhead the size of the Mephit it's targeting. For real. So, Kelvin lines up this giant bow as he's watching both the lightning elemental that's on his side and Sabbath the Black try to finish this Mephit. He lines it up ever so slightly and just unleashes the arrow as it splatters into the Mephit, exploding the Mephit, dealing a certain amount of damage upon death burst. So the Mephit is dead, and it deals... We have to do the damage here. 8 fire damage. Sabbath is immune. Bert is going to make the dex saving throw. Oh, he's going to succeed, so he's going to take half and apply to Bert. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have a relatively calm end to the Midweek Monster Mash. And so, per the rules, we will put up a 1-minute timer for any mayhem that may be added in late. I mean, unless it was an insane bring-in, I don't see how the, oops, timer went away. I don't see how monsters would stand a chance bringing in, like, 1. But, I will do this per the rules and keep the timer up. I'll be honest, at the very beginning, you know, it was team monsters. And then the heroes had a series of... Look, I don't think anything's going to happen. There's nobody here rooting for the monsters. So I think the monsters are fine. They're relatively calm. Calm time. The heroes feel confident. And with that, the Midweek Monster Mash is finished. Finished. Dieters, no more for us anyway. Night all, no problem. Thanks for hanging out, Dieter. I appreciate it as always. You guys are always great to have here. Have fun at Chick-fil-A tomorrow. Glad you guys are getting a new one. There's never enough Chick-fil-A's in the world. Oh no! Creeper just got here from the short. You missed it. Oh, nuts. Well, Creeper, if you are interested, let me at least tell you something else interesting, shall I? Although the Midweek Monster Mash is over, we do that every Wednesday night. We do have over in the Discord, I don't know if you use Discord, something else that's a lot of fun and totally free. We have a digital card collecting system. Wait 1 second. Let me first put on some good music, because now that this is over, I'm going to put on some fire music for us to listen to while I show you this. So first, let me F11 this and bring this over here. I got to... All right, get off of the Twitch there. Give me 1 second, because this just ended. It takes me a second to get to like a normal screen view. Let's go to... It's probably here. So let's put that on TikTok, and let's put the encounter creation here. Okay, so over on the Discord, let me drag it over, and then I'm going to pull up some good music, and then I'll show you. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I got to go up here. Attendance sheet. Welcome. Welcome, Ashura. Oh, yeah, I do that. I do that. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So, hopefully the music isn't too loud. Looks like it's fine. Here we have a digital... yeah, it did end early today, Elio. We have a digital collectible card system. And right now, oh, Natty Bo just pulled a massive card, actually. So it's a collectible card system that I designed for the tabletop originally, where you would roll dice to see what cards you got. And we decided to use Discord to create a bot that made it a digital thing that everyone can just join in and do for free. There's over 1,000 cards. There's creatures, items, and locations. And then there's special, like, expansion cards. So, like, Lost Mines of Phandelver cards are in there. Storm King's Thunder, Curse of Strahd. Lots of cards you can collect. And every day you can open a pack of cards for free. And they have a rarity, which is super cool. They'll have a grade that's associated with them. They'll also have a chance of being holographic. And all of that together gives it a value. So, for instance, this big card I'm talking about here, you can see they pulled number 271, an Ancient Bronze Dragon, which is a really cool pull to begin with. It had a grade of 7 and was holographic, which gives it a really high value of 1,200. The highest value something can have is 10,000. The lowest is 0.5. So that one's really good. And you can see below, like, this person got a giant crab, which is always a running joke. That's why probably Widget, I imagine. Yeah, put the giant crab emoji here. But what's really cool is you can build your collection. We have a website that tracks your whole collection. You can try and complete small sub-collections, like collecting all the adult dragons or something, and you get cool title names in the Discord for it. You can sell you can sell any of your cards. Usually people sell duplicates for the gold value that they're worth, and then use that gold to, like, trade others if you want to get a certain card from somebody else, or buy from a rolling shop. It's just a whole bunch of fun stuff. And as Jeremy mentioned here, I am currently working on visual images for all of the cards. So now, like, once those are finished, once I finish all 1,000 and some images, instead of seeing these dice here, you'll see the actual images of the card, which will be really cool. So if you're interested in that, it's a lot of fun. And I usually stay on here till at least midnight on my streams. So that way at midnight, when everything transfers over time-wise, we can actually watch people pull their cards live on stream, which is a lot of fun. So I don't have any that I can pull at the moment, I don't think. And I don't have enough gold to buy a pack. Nope. So I just have to wait. But if you're interested, we always love having new collectors, and it's a lot of fun. And so I saw Ashero came in at 9:30. And then we've got, like, the chat. Everybody chats here. You can trade cards here. Nick Hill, who's winning? It is over already. The Heroes won by kind of a landslide. I'll be heading to your Discord through the link after this. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. Should I design cards while we wait for midnight? I feel like yes. But I don't remember what card I was on. Let's see. What cards was I on? I gotta shift on my screens here. Alright, so this needs to go up here. This needs to go... Alright, we need Gimp up. Also just subbed. Hey, I appreciate it. Oh, it didn't pop up. It may be delayed, but it should pop up on the screen that you subbed. Although, so I find that a lot of people, and they don't even know it, you don't have your thing set up so that people can see who you subscribe to. And so if not, it won't actually show on the screen that you subscribed. LOL, I voted Monsters this time. I voted Heroes last time. Same Nick, same, says Germ. Also, I figured out what I needed without bothering Nimian. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to coding and such, so. Very good asset to have. So, I'm going to pop the Discord up there for now. And I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to pull up ChatGPT, because I use that a lot in these creations here. Cool. And then I will... Let's see. I'll probably put that one here. And then here I will pull this up. Okay. Almost ready to get started. So the card that I'm working on currently... Hey! Creeper Jones with the GG! I appreciate that. You definitely don't have to do that. So look, since you did though, and of course I don't have one for that. So Here's what we're gonna do. Creeper Jones, because these things affect the battles, typically these stickers do, the $5 sticker gives a random rare magic item. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a note, and next Wednesday, because you did a $5 sticker, and I don't, you know, like that would have been something that definitely had an effect on the battle. So next Wednesday, we are going to start off with a random rare magic item brought in by you. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to make a note. Actually, I'm going to make a note right now so I remember to do it. Start off with rare magic item. So for those of you that are going to be voting next week, the heroes will be starting off with a rare magic item, thanks to Creeper here. So Creeper, over in that Discord also, every week, you can choose your affiliation. Do you want to be a Doombringer rooting for the monsters, or do you want to be a Justice Seeker rooting for the heroes? And whatever side wins, if you voted for that side, then you get an additional 300 gold in that Sachemon that I was just talking about. Heroes never die, says Nick Hill. So you immediately get 300 gold to either like spend on cards or use in trades and such. So yeah, that's why I was just talking about people voting. And that's why you see like Germ talking to Nick about how they voted for the wrong one. I'm a monster, dude, LOL. Okay, so Creeper, what I'll do instead, so that brings in a CR5 monster for the monsters, the $5 sticker does. So I'll let you choose right now since you didn't know that. Do you want to go, do you want that $5 helping the monsters or the heroes? Your choice. Nick says a 10 out of 10 recommend. I'm addicted to drawing. Yeah, same. I feel that. Okay, so next week you want it to be a magic item, not an additional monster. Totally your choice. While I bring up these cards here. Sachemon cards. We need images. We are on items. What is the last image I did? I have no idea. Actually, we need to pull up. Not item images. We need individual cards. There we go. Items. Okay. Heroes it is. So we'll give the magic item to the heroes next time. I did the bag of holding. 428. Okay, I'm on number 429. Can someone tell me what item 429 is? Because I have too many screens up. Actually, no. I can use this screen. Okay, there we go. All right. So, actually, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Creeper, this is the website that we have. So once you're in it, you'll be able to look at your collection. So, for instance, this is my full collection. I'm going to make it show more cards. So, right now I have, I think, like 1,200 cards or something like that. If you see a yellow one, that is a mint condition, so it had a grade of 10. And it was holographic, so we call that a pristine card. It is a perfect card. So, that one is a good one. But I came over here to find what number 2... What number did I say? What number 3? Flip. What card was I? What card did I say? I'd say 279 or something. 413. 429. We need to know what card number 429 is. Okay, thank you, Nick. You were right. I have two, but you have 6 monitors. I know, but I'm streaming on 3 platforms. And then I have this screen that I have to show, and this one's controlling the music in the Discord, and this one's the ChatGPT in my files. So this is all the cards. 6 months. So let's go to the item base set. And we need to see what number card 429 is. And so you can see I'm pretty close. Me and Widget are racing here to be the next one to collect all the items. If it's green, that means you have it. If it's white, that means you don't. And so currently, Widget and I are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards away. Is that right? 8 cards away from getting it? Oh, man. All right, so 429, the Ring of Mind Shielding is what I'm on here. So first thing we're going to do is see if there is a Ring of Mind Shielding. Image. Ring of Mind Shielding image. There is. So we're going to use this image. 5e Tools always has a good one. All right. So we've got the image here. I need to open up the image layers real quick. So let me go up here. Individual cards. I need to go to... Let me go to items. Open up 428. And then we're just going to go off of that card. So here is the Necklace of Adaptation. If you want to see what the cards are going to look like, by the way, let me pull that up so that way you have an idea of what this is. The final result will hopefully be. We have, I believe it's in documents. Okay, here you go. Yeah, so here is the basic creature image. So this is the very first card in all of Sachemon. It is a Bloodhawk. The Bloodhawk is the lowest CR, which is challenge rating in Dungeons & Dragons, but it's card rarity in here, but all of it lines up with the challenge rating. But so this is card number 1, and so red cards are creatures. And then it tells you at the bottom what kind of collections this will attribute to. So this is number 1 of 45 more minutes. I know, Nick, the time is counting down. So this is 1 of 323 for the base set, but that's the only set that this is in. And then, of course, we have images on it. But here is what the holographics will look like. So you'll have, so if you pull a holographic card, you'll actually be able to see that it's holographic, which will be super cool. And then when we have, we're going to have all the different grades. So for instance, this is a grade of 5. So you can see that it's dirty. You can see that there's a little bit of a bend at the top right. You know, it's kind of got that beaten up look. So that's what the monsters look like. The hero, or the items, look like this. They are blue backgrounds. Love that detail. I appreciate it. The hero's 1, so I'm going to try my luck. Oh, you going to buy some cards? Get out of town. Oh, he is. I'm missing it. I'm missing it. He's trying his luck. Okay, not bad. You got a Dwarven Thrower worth 155. You didn't make your money back, but you didn't pull just 3 garbage cards. Not terrible. I might sell my 1,200 card for 3 pulls. Let me know if you do it, Nick. I'll show it live. Yeah, so this is the item cards. So like I said, they're blue. And then here's what a holographic item card looks like. Super cool also. And then this one is a grade of 3, so a little bit more beat up. You can see that it'll show it's kind of crinkled on the bottom there. You can see a real good scuff mark at the bottom. And then finally, here's what the locations look like. They're green. So you'll know if you have a location card by its color there. Creeper, I saw you come in. All right. Creeper, if you want to pull live, so all you need to do is go to the Pool Cards Here channel, and you type in /pull, and then you get to pick what type of cards you want to pull. And then, yeah, like Germ says, you get to do it 3 times because it's your first time. So you get like a starter set. And we'll see if DJ Widget gets his luck stolen by newcomers. Always have the luck. Always. Let's see what Creeper gets here. I'm thinking that Creeper's first 3 pulls are going to be worth over 200 collectively. King had it for when we joined. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, you guys have been crushing it. It's /pull, P-U-L-L. Also, hopefully the music isn't too loud for you guys. It looks like it's fine. You're looking for a green 20 and a blue 20. If you get that, you have a CR30 card. Scotty's gotta go. The laugh at the end like this sounds like one of my buddies' laugh every time. All right, Creeper's first pull. Oh, I had such confidence. All right, so he's pulling creatures. I see a Bone Claw, Pegasus, and a Minotaur. I mean, the Bone Claw's not bad. And that one goes towards the undeads, I think, right? That's all right. You get to do it 2 more times, Creeper. I think your next pull is going to be fire. I can feel it. Let's see what we got. Oh, there you go. There's a big one. Pulled an oath bow. Worth 161. That grade of 8 helped a lot. Qual's feather token, grade of 6. Worth 6. And a rope of climbing. Meh. But it's, I mean, you got to collect them all, right? All right, so I saw you pulled monsters the first time, items the second time. Does that mean he's going to pull locations the third time? Will he hit random? Will he go back to monsters or items? Let's find out. All right, we have Iron Master, the Far Forest, and the Sea of Swords. I like it. One monster, one item, one location pack. So now, just to show you what you can do, if you type in /collection. Oh, I wish Brian was here. Okay, for those of you that are here right now, we need to tell Brian that the website does not work on the collection command. I keep forgetting to tell him. And I know he doesn't use it because we all, at this point, have Satchamon just in our browsers. So he will never see it. We have to tell him the collection link is broken. But if you type in /collection, you'll see like your top 10 cards, I think it is. And then above that, you see 2 links. One of them brings you just to the Satchamon website that'll show you everyone's collections. That's the one that I think is broken right now. Yeah. That link does not work. But the one underneath of it brings you to your website, so you can see your collection. So if you want to use /collection, you can see that information. And then if you type in /shop, that's where you can see the shop is randomly generated every 6 hours. It changes over. So now you can see at 6 o'clock p.m. today, it changed over to this group of items. And so I don't need any of these, but there is 2 mint condition cards in there, the Ioun Stone and the Oil of Etherealness. So it can help you start to kind of build your collection. And then, what was the, oh, so the other cool part about this is if you buy something from this shop, it takes it away. Like, you can't, not everyone can buy the same item from here. There's only one of each in the shop. So when someone buys it, it goes away. And there's been a couple times, I believe at least Widget and I have both gone for something and it got removed. How do I buy? So if you want to buy, you got to have gold. So if you type in /gold, it'll tell you how much you have. And at the moment, whoa, how do I have negative? That's interesting. I cheated somehow. Brian did a trade with me earlier. And asked me for 100 gold. I guess it somehow let me trade it. It shouldn't have, though. Give me 1 second. I got to figure out what in the world happened there. So apparently I am in the negative. All right, I'm going to go sell something to get out of the negative. Chad Creeper says I took your gold. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, Havoc. I missed your thing. I was too busy being stuck in the negatives. Hey, Havoc, though, with that purple worm holographic worth 244. And then buying a pack with a Titivolus worth 250. Oh, man. Oh, all of these were bought. Oh, man. All right. So you sold 1,200 for 1,200, and then you made 30. I'm not going to count the sub-10s. Plus, we'll say another 30. So it's 60 plus 244, so that's 300. 550, 600. You made about half your money back on that, Havoc. Nick. Ouch. All right, so I am going to sell something real quick because I'm in the negative and shouldn't be. And I got to tell Brian that I'm in the negative. I know this is a lot of information being thrown at you, Creeper. But I'll just show you just because. You won't need to do this right away, but I'll show you anyway. I don't know how to see my gold. So to see your gold, all you have to do is type in /gold. And that's how I just saw that I was negative, unfortunately. So I'm going to sell one of my duplicates to get not negative. So if you look at your collection. Oh, nice. I make my own card games as a hobby. That's hilarious. This is right up your alley then. Reaper, what's going on? Welcome to the live. We're showing off some digital collectible cards here. And I need to sell one for at least 15. I have 100. I think I sell 2 more cards and do 1 more roll. I love it. I love it. Take it from me. It works every time. It's not true. It's not true. So I'm going to sell, for instance, this dancing sword. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to put it in the middle of the screen. So this dancing sword, I have 4 of them, right? So I don't need 4. So you can see the value on the right side. I don't really care if it's a high value one. I just want either the lowest value or I want pristines. Perfect cards. So since this one's a higher value but not pristine, it's worth more. So I'm going to sell that one. So it's worth the 191. So every card has 2 numbers associated with it. It has its card number. So you can see all dancing swords will be number 570. But every individual card has its own card ID. And that's what you need to know to be able to sell that card. Because if I told it to sell my number 570 dancing sword, it wouldn't know which one to sell. So 41483 is the card ID of the dancing sword that I want to sell. So 41483 is what I want to sell. So let me minimize that, and I'll go back here. If I type in... Oh, Havoc says, ouch. Havoc, Nick, I'm going to look at your cards in 1 second. If I type in /sell, it's going to ask me for the card number. That's what it's asking me to type in right now. So 414... Oops, I typed that in wrong. 41483. And you hit enter. It will bring up the card you want to sell and make you confirm that that's the one you want to get rid of. So 191, that's the one. Grade of 9. I will confirm that. And now it sells it. And now if I type in /gold, I should be back in the positive. There you go. So now I have 176 gold. So that's how selling works, if that matters. So let's see what Havoc sold. Havoc sold his purple worm, and a beholder, and an Edgin Darvis. He says, don't look. I wish I had a setup like this. That must have taken ages to set up. So it did take a very long time to set up, but I simply come up with, so it was my idea, my concept. I've kind of like designed the whole thing, but I do know nothing about coding. So my cousin Brian, Nimbian, who you'll see pretty often in the Discord, he's the one that codes everything. He is a computer programmer by trade, so he knew how to do that. So he sets up the bot, and I just tell him what I want, and he is really good and does it. And then he also has a lot of really good ideas that he implements too. So big shout out to Nimbian over there. I don't think he's awake right now. But so let's go over to pool. Havoc said don't look, but I'm looking. I mean, you got a Sibri X. It's not bad. You didn't make money. I'll say that. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. By the way, why I was asking, I made a bot for a Percy Jackson D&D for the game in the book called Myth and Magic. That is hilarious. So yeah, he definitely would have been able to help with that. I would not. I know nothing about it. So that's all these cards. Oh, something else super cool. While we're talking about these cards and making them. So there are a bunch of extras. You saw... Did I exit out of sets? No, I did not. So there's expansions up here. So you have your full collection. You have the base sets. All of these are the smaller sets that you can try to complete. So for instance, I have most of the ones for the items complete. So if I look at... let's look at... Oh, God, I need a small one. Qual's Feather tokens, because I think you pulled one. So look, yeah, that's right, Creeper. You pulled a Qual's Feather token. If you look at the different subsets, Qual's Feather tokens is one of them, because there's 6 of these Feather tokens. If you collect all 6, you get a special name in the Discord that's automatically given to you, which is Quality Control, which is really funny. I like this one. But it's spelled Quaality Control. So the bot automatically will give you that when you complete the collection. But I wanted to show you that because if you ever do decide you want to go for this set, you want to look for people that have been collecting for a long time, because if you look at my quantities, I have a duplicate of every one of these feather tokens, and I'll absolutely trade them away. So if you ever, get the stuff to trade for it and want to go for it, I can absolutely trade you the ones that you're missing. I know DJ Widget has been collecting items a lot also, so I'm sure he has plenty of duplicates as well. I have like 300 cards made for it, gonna work on the photos this weekend. Shout out making the photos for him, because it takes so long. Germ's buying packs. Ooh, that hurt. He spent 400 gold for a pack of cards and got a Blood Spear for 4, a Copper Dragon for 1.7, and a Potion of Vitality for 7. Sorry, Germ. But the other thing I was going to show you was this expansions tab. So we have special expansions that are Dungeons & Dragons famous, like the Lost Mines of Phandelver. So if you've ever played Lost Mines, you'll know these characters and these places like Venom Fang and Nesnar the Black Spider and Gundren Rockseeker. Places like Cragmaw Castle and Ruins of Thunder Tree, and even special items like Hugh and the Spider Staff. So we have that. We have Storm King's Thunder. We have Honor Amongst Thieves, the movie. And then we have Curse of Strahd. Now, the Gods is going to be the hardest set to collect because all of the Gods are a CR 30 card. So they are all extremely hard to pull. Now, the Heroes is a really cool one because the Heroes could be you also. We do events all the time. And whenever we do an event, we give away a hero card as well. And what that is when someone either wins the event or does a specific thing in the event, it's only one person every time, you get your own card dedicated to you. So for instance, you see Whomper, the first hero. The very first event we ever did when we first started this was to pull as many cards as we could within an hour time frame, I think it was. And whoever's collection had the highest value won the event. So that was the very first thing we ever did. It was a lot of fun. Shady Cloud, we did an event where when we released the items, you could pull items, and as you did, the items dealt damage worth their value to Orcus, which was a lot of fun. And so whoever slayed Orcus, the final blow, got a hero card. So Shady Cloud was the one who dealt the final blow. Widget was the first person to collect all creature cards, so he got his own for that. Shout out Widget, he's in here. Nimbian got the Slayer of Tiamat, so we did another one when we... Why did we do the Tiamat one? Was that when we released the No. I don't remember why we did Tiamat. Turns cat backwards. Jesse, who was here earlier, he won the event that we did when we released the locations, which that one was a lot of fun because you had to pull location cards, and as you did so, each one got you closer to a treasure. If you got too far, if you overshot it, you were out. And so basically, at the end of the journey, whoever was the closest without going further, without going too far, won. Tiamat was items. Orcus was the first big boss we fought. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. And then Dieter was the most recent hero card because he was the first one to collect all the items. He beat me and Widget to it. So, shout out to Dieter. And then I have my own creator card made. I don't feel like I earned it, but the community got together and decided to give me a hero card for creating this. So that's why it is more D&D the Creator. So super cool. I'm excited to have it. There's only ever been one pulled, and the person that pulled it pulled the card and then has not been back. And I offered them so much for this card, and they did not give it to me. So you've made all this. You allowed any of us to have hero cards, so you earned it. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, there's that. They won life and left classic story. I know. So what I'm hearing is I need the locos for a card. All the locations. Well, Damon and Nimbian are currently only like 5 away, so they're probably going to get it. But I don't know how I'm going to give away a hero card for this event that we're doing for this giveaway, but the giveaway is an event in my mind. So the hero card I theoretically could give to whoever wins the drawing. I could give it to the person who wins it from being the first person to pull the Dungeon Alchemist card. Which, by the way, Creeper, do you know anything about Dungeon Alchemist? It's a map making program. But yeah, I kind of want to make a hero for this one, but I don't know what the hero card should be. I'm not sure. Haven't heard of it. Oh boy. Boy, do I love showing this off. Alright, I know I was supposed to be making cards right now, but I love talking about Sachemon, and I love showing off Dungeon Alchemist. Why not both? A card for the pull and a card for the entries. I was thinking about it. I like to only give one card away per event, because I want the hero cards to remain like a kind of a sacred thing, you know, that you really earned. But I don't know. Could give them a collection set, so have both people who get it get a card and call them alchemists. True. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I feel like I do just want to give one away, which so you have got it. Yeah. So basically, it's a map making program. It's 3D. It's wicked. So you basically choose where you want to make it. So I chose forest. This is always the one I show off. I choose the forest, create. And then, so now it generates... Oh, hold on. Let me make it a little bigger. File, new map. New map. Let's make it a 36 by 30. And then I told it to make a broad... Or, I think maybe a pine clearing? Evergreen clearing. There you go. There. So it gives us the clearing. And then you basically pick what kind of building you want to make. And I always show off the magic shop, because who doesn't like a magic shop? And then you can click and drag where you want the magic shop to go. You can shape it up however you want. So maybe you want... flat corners here and here, and then you want like a weird room back here, and then you hit the check mark. Or not weird room, but you want like a weird shape. And so then it will generate this magic shop. So from here, you know, maybe you don't like it, so you can just go refresh the room. See, it keeps facing this the wrong way though. I want it to face the counter this way, because it put the door over here. It gets even cooler. I'm just trying to find a cool beginning spot that I like. But it didn't even put the counter in that time. Alright, well, anyway. It keeps putting the counter over here. So, then from here you can customize it. So that's the beauty of it. So you can literally grab anything and customize it how you want. So, if you want this table over here, if you want this chair pulled out, if you want the chair rotated a little, maybe you want this book to be magic and floating. So you bring it up in the air. Maybe you don't like this scroll here. Maybe you want this one on this table. Maybe it's a necromancer's magic shop, so you change all of the lighting to purple. Maybe you don't like this window here. You like it over here. You don't like this window. And this door doesn't look good over here. Maybe you want the door over here. And so you basically can just change every aspect of this building. Go in and change the floor. Maybe you want this floor for whatever reason, so you can go do that. Maybe you want the walls different, so you can change the walls to whatever. I don't know why you would do this wall, but I'm just clicking the first wall I see. So you can do wooden walls or whatever you may enjoy. And then from there, you just keep building it. You can terraform everything. So you can go like, I don't know, maybe I want to lower the terrain over here. And when I lower the terrain, let's add in some water. Make a river. So now you've got a river over there. And then maybe over here, I might want to add like a rocky cliff. Oh, let me make it bigger and stronger. There you go. So we're going to make a rocky cliff up here. We'll flatten it out. Yeah, so then you just keep going until you find something that you like. I so need this for my next D&D homebrew. It makes life so easy. It's insane. And they have so many options, like the types of buildings that you make. Oh, I could not read that name. Uflow, maybe? I'm sorry, I couldn't read it. But yeah, so like if I chose the mansion, I could choose the Great Hall first, right? So you build the Great Hall, let it design it, then you edit it how you want. It's like watching magic. It really is. And so then maybe I put the door over here. I want them entered this way. I know the trees are in the way. You could move those. I just am not. But then you take it and you build like a hallway to here. And watch, you'll see that it connects the hallway straight to the room. So it added that little single. I might have made it a double archway. So something like this. There you go. And then you just keep building off of it. So, I don't know. Maybe you want another great hall here at the end of this. You know, because you kind of walk into there. And then maybe you want a dining room off the back end of it. So you add the dining room here. It's the coolest thing. Yeah, it is. And they've just thought of everything. That's the crazy part. Like, so for instance, maybe your campaign, you know that tonight you needed a magic shop, but you needed it at nighttime. So you go over here and you click nighttime. Now you have a nighttime magic shop. Or maybe you wanted it at sunset or sunrise. Or maybe you want to play with the lighting. Maybe you want to make it underwater. So you go do this and you edit the whole landscape to look like underwater. Maybe you want some cool magic-y effects. So you might add some fireflies around to give it a cool look, or some electric arcs inside of the magic shop. So you add those here. What else can it do? Well, probably the coolest thing, once you go, all right, this is about to blow your flipping mind. So you can add tokens. Now remember, this is not a VTT. This is just a map maker. So you can make your map in here, and then you can export it to any type you want, whether it be an image, video, it could be a Roll20 or a Foundry VTT, which will then take account as to where the walls are if you're using Fog of War. So the reason I say that is that this is a map maker and not a VTT, because you usually don't add tokens to this, because once you export it, the tokens are stuck there, right? Like it's a solid image. But the reason I still say to add tokens in is because once you make your map, right, if you want to give your players a real immersive view of what your map looks like that you made, you put in a token and you click the eyeball here. Now you can walk through your map and record this visual showing them the map that you made. So then whenever they get to a certain room and they open the door or something, you can play the video that shows them what they see walking into the room. By the way, when you're not streaming, message me. I have something. Will do. I appreciate it. Will do. Yeah, this is the most that part itself is worth it. So for instance, I'll open the map that I've been working on. Every Monday I do a map making stream. I've been working on this large castle map. Let me pull this one up. It's a little bigger, so it takes a second. While this is loading, speaking of loading, it works with the Steam workshop. So people upload their own 3D models. So you can upload your own, but you also have a lot that you can download. It's a ton. There's also a ton of maps. I think they said there's almost 11,600 maps that people have uploaded that you can immediately just download onto your computer and then export it to use. So I've been making this giant castle map here. And so, like for instance, let me drag in a token here. So let's say I go here. So now I can theoretically show what the inside of my castle looks like and take a bunch of videos of it. Nice castle, very fancy. Yeah. This he's a big fancy guy. So maybe you go into the throne room, and then you go back to his bedroom, and you see a nice fancy bedroom back here, and then maybe you open up the vault and show him the treasure vault. Oop, I turned out the light by accident. I need to close the door. Come on. Of course I can't get the door. There it is. No! There we go. I got the door. All right, so let me go undo all the... Well, it'll be easier if I just do it this way. So, delete that. We're going to close the door back up. Close the door back up. I didn't open anything over here. Yeah, so you've got the big fancy castle at the top of the hill, and it goes down to your stables and your kennel. Then you've got a nice garden and a cemetery here, and then down to the normal folk, the not rich, royal folk. Droitzel is making all his pulls. Holy cow. But Creeper, the reason I pull this up, Dungeon Alchemist reached out to me and gave me 2 of them to give away for free. That's what we were talking about here with the giveaway. So I'm going to be giving 2 of them away. The first one I'm going to be giving away is going to be, basically you just have to follow me and follow, what are they called? Flip. Dungeon Alchemist. I'm sitting here saying the program the whole time. You got to follow me, you got to follow Dungeon Alchemist, but then, how do you actually enter? That's the fun part. Over in Discord, I'm going to have a special channel where you can make a decision. You can either get a guaranteed entries into the giveaway, or you can roll a D20, a digital D20, and get that many entries. So, you might end up with 1, you might end up with 20, you may end up with 11, 1 more than 10. So it's up to you if you want to make that decision to take the chance and go for it, or gain a guaranteed 10 entries. So that's the first one that I'm giving away. The second one that I'm giving away, I'm just buying it outright. Well, hey, if you do, they have a really, really cool Discord. Their Discord is super, active. And Mac, the community manager over there, he's great. So a lot of the stuff that you see in here was brought up in Discord as a community request. And they listen to requests, and they respond to questions, and they take suggestions and everything. They're great. If you go over to that Discord, I'm I would love if you just said, hey, more D&D was showing this off to me. Or something like that. That way they at least see that, hey, you know, I'm trying to spread the word for their stuff, and maybe they'll give me more to give away to the community. So if anybody goes over into the Dungeon Alchemist Discord, that would be great if you just name dropped more D&D real quick. So yeah, if you want to take the chance of just waiting to win it, you can do so. Otherwise, it's a one-time purchase, which is why I didn't even think twice about buying it, because I have too many subscriptions and I can't take another one. Okay, so I'm seeing that Droitzel got a near pristine. Let's see what he got here. Droitzel, oh, the first one, the gray render, grade of 9, holographic, worth 400. Great pull. Ancient Copper Dragon worth 487, right there, 880 worth of value. God, then he got a 56, a 72, an Adult Blue Dragon for 50. At Droitzel with wild pulls. Jeez. Very cool. We have 15 minutes until pool time. So, what are the odds I can design one card? Yeah, that's fine. What are the odds I can design one card in time? Let's find out. So, first we need to open up the images. I just can't look. It's killing me. Alright, more D&D. Satchmon cards. Images. Item images. It doesn't matter which one we pull up. Let's pull up Boots of False Tracks. It's fine. Alright. Actually, it probably wasn't fine, but it's fine. Let me get rid of that. And we're going to add that. Okay. So, is this? I don't know what this is. Okay. So, what we're going to do here is... Alright. Where is the image at? Okay, here it is. So, we're going to copy this image. And I've been doing just fine. Open image in new tab. We're going to copy this image here. No, open up. Copy image. Edit, paste as. New layer. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so here is our ring of... whatever I said it was called. Ring of Mind Shielding. The question is, I usually try and at least put a cool background on it, but I just commented on their DA General chat saying, I'm here for more D&D. Hey, excellent. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Looking forward to buying the game. Yeah, that's the thing. If they're seeing that people are, like, going and grabbing it, I'm hoping that they'll, like, continue to work with me and, like, give me more stuff to give away. That would be awesome. Germ says 0. I say nay. All right, so generate... Let's see. Generate. Oh, I need Dolly back up, actually. Alright. A digital art image. Let's say a wide digital art image. Where would I see... Oh, wild. Wide digital art image of a background for a ring of mind shielding from Dungeons and Dragons. Alright, let's see what it generates for me here. Okay, so I needed to get rid of the ring. And also, the ring is like an up close. Okay, I need like a desktop. Alright. Dagnabbit replied and recommended the question forum chat to say that I was here for more D&D. Really? That's odd. Watch me take a good thing and get all up in one night. Oh, if you have any questions. Got it. Got it. No, no worries. You're good. This is a very cool background, but it, like, the ring image is, like, top down. So, let's do this. Generate... Oh, let me get out of this. Generate a wide digital art image of a close-up view of the top of a stone pedestal. Let's try that. 10 more minutes, baby! Let's see what we got here. Come on! Work this time. Give me exactly what I'm thinking in my head. See, that's not bad. It's not bad. Alright, I may be able to work with this one. But it's not very mind shielding like. Try again. But make the pedestal, I don't know, more marbled and, I don't know, let's say significant. See what it gives me here. I got the demo just now, waiting till payday to make the real purchase. Oh, this is nice. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. It is so helpful that I love when people get it, because you're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it. And I'm excited to give it away to somebody. All right, let's paste as new layer, and we're gonna mess with the perspective a little bit here. Let me undo that. That is not what I'm looking to do. What am I looking for here? 3D transformation. That's what I'm looking for. No, that's not what I'm looking for. All right, so the last thing that I want to try, we're going to stretch this. Scale. We only want to scale in one direction. Scale. And we're going to bring this down here some. But I need it, like, closer. Scale. Yeah, see, that's something a little more... let's bring it back one. See, it still doesn't look like it's sitting on the table, though. No, I don't think this is the image. That's not the image that we want. This is not the images you're looking for. All right. I think more wooden. Generate a... What if you added a ring pillow? Ooh. Okay, that's a baller idea. I will definitely do that. I'll probably have it add one here. See, this is close, but it's not. I need top down. I need top down. All right. Yeah, because that's... All right, so first thing we're going to do is... All right. So we're going to say try again, but bring the focal... No. Point of view to directly above the desk, looking down. And then if it does this, I should be able to have it add a ring pillow and then put the ring on it. And that would be cool. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to take like an image of a desktop, not using ChatGPT. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, we are going to copy image. Here we go. Edit, paste as, new layer. All right, so this ring is facing this way. Okay, so we can do the 3D transformation for this one to go a little that way. There we go. And we need it to be bigger, because this ring is massive. Is that mind shielding enough, though? Probably not. Oh, I'm on rotate. Whoops. It is massive. Okay, so let me bring this over. Maybe I just do a ring pillow. I can scale the ring down a little. Oh, add a glow? That's a great idea, too. God, it's just like standing up. The ring wouldn't be standing up, so that's what the pillow's for. All right, so let's go back here and see if we can get it to add a ring pillow. Or do I just grab one? Let's just grab one from ring pillow. PNG. I need a... Oh, shoot. They're giving me a bunch of wedding ones. I don't need a wedding one. Probably, like, purple, right? Purple ring pillow. Hey, no worries, Brandon. What's going on? Rendezvous. All right, let's try this. I'm thinking we can get away with potentially this one. Copy image. This might be a little vibrant, but it's okay. Edit, paste as, new layer. So if I make this a little larger, and then we're actually going to color match it a little, and then I'll add some depth to it. Scale. All right, and we'll add a shadow behind this. Heroes won tonight. Stupid heroes. Not much you want. Gold thread too. I don't know. Sounds like Crown Royal now that I think of it. Yeah, the heroes won tonight. The heroes won pretty significantly, actually. All right, so we scale that. Now what I'm thinking is, so we're going to obviously bring one of these under here. And let me color, colors, saturation. I want to bring it to a little bit more of a vibrant purple. And we're going to go to the, let's go to the shadows and highlights. Bring the black level up some. Oh, wrong one. Colors, exposure, there we go. Bring the black level up some. And it's going to start to hopefully blend in a little bit with the vibe of the ring. Then we're going to take this, and I'm going to try to see if I can make it look indented some. And I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But let's take this brush, and we want it to be jet black, but I'm going to make it opaque. Oops. No, that's right. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we want this to be really dark, actually. Really dark. To kind of give it the vibe that it's dented in here. Maybe even completely black here. 3 minutes? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to get it done in time, unfortunately. Let me get rid... view, snap to guides. So then we're going to take this and we're just going to fade it out some, but then we're going to bring this size down some. And we're going to... I think it's looking a little silly. And then I think we're going to add another one above this. Try erasing part of the ring. Yeah, that's what I was actually just about to do. I had to bring this part over. I don't think I'm going to erase it, but I'm going to make it really dark on it. Oop. Too dark. Just slightly less. I want you to barely be able to see the ring. There you go. And then we're going to bring the opacity down a little. Actually, what we can do, instead of doing that, we'll do the same thing we just did. We'll smudge it. Gotcha. 1 more minute. It would be like ring was behind, held in place. Oh, that's a good point too, actually. And then maybe just add like a dark strip. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But irrelevant at the moment. No. All right. Good stream. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. And then we'll end it there. And then I'll try to do more card making ones in the near future because I do want to get these flipping things done. I would love to be seeing cards right now. First thing I'm going to do is check the shop. Is that still the same shop? It is. Give me the new shop. It's 12 now. All right, we got a new shop in. Germ, bleh. Granicus, bleh. And the shop was bleh. At least for anything I need. Giant Crab. Havoc with a nearly pristine Twig Blight. Alright, here we go. I'm doing it. I'll raise it up some. Steve, Little Tails, Tiling, welcome to the live. Little Hales, Tiling, welcome to the live. Pulling some cards here. Oh. Trash cards, might I add. A Potion of Poison, a Deck of Many Things, and a Pole of Collapsing. Alright, Creeper, you're up. Oh, DJ Widget pulls. Oh, he got a Pennant of the Vindrune. And an Ever-Smoking Bottle. Who else we got on here that hasn't pulled yet? I think just Creeper, right? I pulled, Havoc pulled, Granicus, Germ. Yeah, I think we're just waiting on Creeper. Creeper with a big red Great Worm. Heck yeah. A Chitin, nice. And then you got a Lost Mines card. Man, coming in with a Great Worm first night. Excellent. Good for you. We'll throw the fires on here. Little hand clap. Well done. Well done. Well done. All right. Well, I'll figure out this Ring of Mind Shielding at some point. But then I'm going to pop back on here. Like I said, I stream every Monday. I do map making with Dungeon Alchemist. Hopefully before next Monday, we'll have this giveaway up and live. By the way, Steve, Little Hales, Tiling, if you're into Dungeon Alchemist and map making, they reached out to me and they gave me 2 for free to give away. So if you are interested in potentially winning that, anyone that's following, you'll hopefully, if the algorithm does its job, get the video that I'm putting out as soon as this bot is ready for the giveaway. So just an FYI. So hopefully that should be out Friday. But I am going to call it for the night. And I will catch you guys over in either the Discord. I will catch you on the Monday stream. Or I will catch you on the card making stream when I start doing that more often. And then, yeah, Creeper, next Wednesday, I've got you for the magic item for the heroes. So have a great night. I'll try and make it next stream. No problems. I appreciate it. Good night, all. See you, Widget. See you, Nick. See you, Germ. The call to sell more cards is strong. See you guys. Have a good night. And there you go.